And welcome to another episode of the Ain't Got It Yet podcast. I got my guy Dion, ISO Don, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you pulling up on me, fam.
Bro.
Oh yeah, we gonna have some fun. We gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
How you been living, bro?
I've been good, bro. I can't complain. I feel like life's been treating me good, bro. I can't complain for real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just hooping. I feel like I've been growing in my relationships. I feel like I've been finding myself a lot more. I feel like basketball has challenged me in different areas that I ain't really been challenged in before. So I feel like it's helping me grow like as a person type shit more. So.
You mean like on the team, like they asking you to do certain things?
Yeah, so I'm captain now on my team. So
I got to play for the San Diego Sharks right here in town in the TBA.
Oh yeah.
Basketball.
For anybody that want to know, San Diego Sharks guard. You feel me? Number 3. Yeah.
Pull up to a game, man. Show some support.
You guys to. Yes, for sure. Yeah. So my first year being a captain on the team. So it's just different, bro. It's a different responsibility. So it's a different pressure. Preparation. All that is different. So.
You like it though?
I'm embracing it. Yeah, I like it a lot. I've always wanted it. I've always like even last year I told my coach like I feel like I always respond good to like responsibility or like pressure or like if you put more on my plate, I'm able to like I'll do well with it. Like I ain't the type to really like crack under pressure, And it's not even like to brag. I've always learned that about myself. Like I've always been like that. Like I've always been like, you get me, I gotta get you, or you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I've always been like that. So in a sense, like this is kind of worked out because it's kind of always what I wanted, So it's and I'm kind of like prepared for it. So.
What's up?
Hell yeah.
What's up? And we not go. This ain't the sports show, so we're not only gonna talk about sports. But we can talk about it a little bit though. I think I was just telling EA either today. Either early this morning or yesterday, I was like, I like, yo, you got like one of the journeys here in Dago that I was like, I really like. I think you got a really, really dope journey. Where I like when I first, I heard like a little bit about you, like when, in high school before I met you. Well, I already knew who you were, but I like started like hearing, what I'm saying, about like you playing ball in high school and just watching from like when I first met you. I want to say it was like maybe like 2017.
I think it was, 2017.
It was in Poway, the open runs in Poway. He was in there gassing, giving dudes buckets.
Sundays, the Sunday mornings? Yeah. I just found out about that. They've been doing that for years.
For a long time.
I just found out about that. It's so crazy, bro. It's like, I've been in it, bro. I've been in like City Heights, Southeast area so long, bro. I'm just finding out about runs in Poway. I'm just finding out about runs. And the Muni runs, like, I didn't even know about them until like after high school. Like, literally, like my first year coming back from college, that's when I first went up to Muni. Like, I didn't even know about them. And that's been going on since before I was even born. So it's yeah, it's crazy. But like, yeah, I'm just now getting tapped in with all these spots that they've been going to for like years. So
you said when you got back from college, where'd you go to college at?
I went to San Diego Christian. Okay. Yeah. So I went to San Diego Christian for I redshirted 1 year, and then I played my second year. And then I had left after that. It was the coaching and shit. Like, I was trying to transfer out of there to go to a different school, but I had to get my grades right. So I had to go to City College, and I went to City College, I think a year after I had came back from San Diego Christian. So, yeah. I've been all over the place, bro, like, for real. Like, I played at City College for a year. We went, I think we went like 27 and like 5. We was nice. We was cold. We was crazy. And every game that we lost was probably by like 1 or 2 points. But we ended up losing in the state championship game by 5. So.
Oh, you was on that team?
Yeah, I was on that team, yeah. Okay. They had won a state championship, and then the year after that, they had went back, but they had lost. And I was on the team that ended up losing type, so. Got you. But it was dope. The experience was dope, bro. It was dope. I feel like, before that, because I had a whole thing with when I had left San Diego Christian, I was like, I was almost done hooping for real. Like, I had stopped hooping for like a year and a half. When I had left there, before I had went to City College, I wasn't playing basketball at all because, I just lost the love for it. I fell out, like, dropped out of school. I fell out with my intermediate family, so I wasn't living anywhere. I was homeless at the time, like, so I don't know, bro. I just fell out. The love, everything was just, like, kind of, like, gone. I was more kind of, like, ashamed because I was back home and I had went to college, so it was kind of like that feeling, how, like, when you...
I see.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I kind of like dropped the ball type. So that weighed on me heavy. So I fuck around and nigga went homeless and shit like that, just arguing, falling out with my family, shit like that. So, and then I don't know. that year at City gave me everything I needed back for basketball. Like everything I needed back for basketball. Like I forget what it was before I went there that kind of like I think it was one night where I was like I ain't had nowhere to go type shit to like sleep nowhere to go type like. And of course, I could have called a few people, but just being stubborn, like I didn't want to, like I wanted to make the shit happen, but it wasn't happening. I couldn't make it happen. So after that night, I'm just like, bro, this shit ain't I'm not finna go out like this. This not how I'm finna. It's not finna play out like this. Like ain't no way it's finna play out like this. So I fuck around and got back in shape. Was running type shit. Went to Muni. Was hooping at Muni a lot. That's when I kind of like built a reputation up there because I was pulling up there every day, trying to like get back in shape and trying to just hoop. And then from there, one of my boys was at City College already, and I had actually went to every JUCO in San Diego. When I had got my shit back right hooping, I went to every JUCO in San Diego. Nobody was fucking with me. I went to Mesa, Southwestern. Cuyamaca. I was at Cuyamaca for like half a semester. He wasn't rocking with me. So I'm like, my psyche really crazy because I'm like, hold on, bro. If a Dago JUCO ain't taking you, you gotta be, some ain't right. So fuck around and hit my boy up and I'm like, bro, I know you play that City. Just, you know what I'm saying? Tell the coach, like, what's up? Like, anything, you know? And then he like, oh, we got open runs today. Like, just pull up to the open runs. And I was already on my way to Muni. You know, at City College. So I'm like, bet I'll pull up. Fuck around and pulled up. And the coach like, you got your shoes on you? I'm like, yeah, they in my bag. He like, all right, put them on. And I put them bitches on, nigga, and I went crazy in that motherfucker.
That's what's up,
you know I went crazy.
My God.
You know I went crazy, bro. I went crazy in that hoe. And he like, oh yeah, like, and since then I was rocking with, you feel me? I was with City and I was rocking with them. But they kind of had, they shit established to like, get back to state area because our team was stacked, bro. I'm telling you, like we had Division I coaches at our practice, like lined up in chairs, like and you feel me, in rolling chairs, just sitting on the sideline watching their practice. So like they had the team stacked already. So I was just a piece, you know what I'm saying? So but we fucked around and lost in the state championship game, and that was crazy too. That's a whole other story. But that season was dope though. That season was that was dope. So that's how I ended up at City College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After there, I think I went to St. Catherine's. Yeah, I went to St. Catherine's after there for like a half a semester.
I remember that.
I went there for half a semester, but I was staying in Dago, and that shit is like San Marcos, so I was commuting every day, and that shit was not it, bro. I was losing money like a motherfucker, bro. I was losing money like crazy, and then so it was just a decision, bro. Like I stay in school and lose money, or I drop out of school and try to make money playing basketball type. So it was an easy decision. Make money playing basketball, so kind of went into that avenue.
Look like it's working out now.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So went into that avenue, yeah.
Happy for you, bro.
Got that done.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Speaking of basketball, man, then Lakers try to ruin my night tonight, man.
Bro, oh my.
This nigga D-Lo couldn't buy nothing. LeBron tricking layups low-key. Like, I'm like, man.
You know what's crazy? So I think the announcer said the other day, and since he said it, I shouldn't get out of my head. He said this is the first, I think the game 2. He said, this is the first game that I watched LeBron where I really sat back and was like, damn, he's getting old. And since I've been
thinking it since the playoffs started, bro.
Bro, since he said that, it hasn't left my head. I'm like, bro, why he do that to me, bro? Like, fuck. And then LeBron missing these. I'm like, bro.
This nigga, he been missing layups. And even like some of the ones, like, the lift just ain't the same. And granted, he on a bum ankle.
Yeah.
He's on a bum ankle.
Yeah.
They say he's supposed to have surgery on his ankle.
After the season, yeah.
Surgery.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he on a bump. But I'm looking at him like that's not right. He still got that. He can go full court.
But you feel you? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not quite the same.
That's what I'm saying. And as a hooper, I try to you don't really pass judgment because you know how it is. Like you know how it is. Like, bro, it could be the littlest thing and like the fans don't want to hear that shit.
I think it's just that ankle.
They don't want to hear that shit, though. They want to see you do LeBron shit, bro.
Yeah, facts.
You ain't
especially
doing LeBron
in LA.
shit. No.
Especially in LA.
Yeah, hell yeah. They ain't, bro, listen. They don't want to hear none of that shit. Bro.
I don't understand. I kind of understand, but I don't understand how D-Lo plays so well against the Warriors, but then he looking so trash against the Nuggets. I mean, he used to play for the Warriors, so he know, like he was scoring on them like, I know these niggas can't check me, and they know that I know that they can't check me.
For sure, it's a confidence thing.
Yeah,
you got it's for sure a mental thing, bro. Basketball is I would say it's at least 80% mental, if not 90.
Oh, for sure.
But it's a mental game for sure. It's a mental game. Once I realized that kind of put me at another level once you realize that it's a mental game. And like, you really could just like, if you really want to, you really can. Like, half the motherfuckers just be second guessing themselves.
And especially once you put the work in, you like, bro, I've been.
And that's really what that's what I've been trying to tell niggas for the most part. It's like, niggas don't understand, like, my shit come from, like, the work that I put in, bro. Like, my shit don't come from, like, me just, I mean, a lot of times it is my confidence, but my confidence comes from the work I put in.
Exactly.
I know when I get on this court, you're not finna kill me as much as that workout did last week. Because I almost died last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serious, though. I'll work out to the point of, like, passing out exhaustion. That's how I like to work out. I'm dead serious. That's how I like to work out. I feel like I don't get much out of a workout if I don't get pushed to a point. Cause I feel like I seen this video. I can't bring it to who it was or what it was, but what I got from the video was basically like, you reach a comfortable point when you're working out, and once you get to a point when you're uncomfortable, then that's when the work really starts. You know what I'm saying? You don't, if you working out and I pick the shit up and I do 3 of them, like, that ain't really like my workout. Now if I do 100 of them and by the 50th one it's like, that 50th one, that's when it work. That's when you start really cutting into the shit that you want to cut into, basically. So it's like, that's when I work out, that's how I do it. Like, I work out to the point where it's like, bro, I'm telling myself either it's gonna pop or I'm gonna have another rep. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like when I get on the court, I know ain't no way I'm finna get to that point. There ain't no way I'm finna even get close to that point. And I was just there yesterday. And then more than that, that was just one moment, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you get to that little, okay, bet, this ain't finna be that, so let me just enjoy this and really attack this, because
that's why I like and appreciate your whole story and your journey so much, bro. Because I filmed a few of those workouts, and I've seen like where you came from, like playing in the ABA. And no disrespect to the ABA. The ABA, I still rock with the ABA for sure. But just like watching you play, like from, you know what I'm saying, when you first started playing in the ABA, not even before the ABA. Like I said, when I seen you playing in Poway, and then playing in the ABA, and then to where you are now, it's, I really like appreciate the journey that you're on, bro. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And also, speaking of that, I like, I mean, he bumming it up right now, but I like D'Angelo Russell's journey too, from like being drafted by the Lakers and, you know, them letting him go because he didn't have no leadership and all of that, and kind of moving around. He played for the Warriors and played for the T-Wolves, and now he back with the Lakers.
He for sure grew up. He for sure grew up.
And I understand why they let him go. You know, I definitely understand. They were supposed to let him go when they did, but just for it to come full circle and him be back with the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Wasn't he the one that did he do the little
Swaggy P?
Yo, that's wild. I forgot about that. Yo. That's crazy. I forgot all about
with that, bro. And I remember arguing with my brother.
Not
with my brother, with one of my homies at the time. Cause D-Lo.
Let's talk about what you want to talk about. So wait, how you feel about that situation? You feel like
he was wrong?
You feel like he was out of line?
Yeah, because Swaggy P at that point was like, the whole world knew he was a household name. Yeah, he was a household name, and you're asking him about different, you know, women in the industry that he been with and was filming it. And D-Lo was Swaggy P's rookie. That's why they was roommates. Like, he was his rookie. And I don't think he filmed it to put it out. Why do you think he filmed it? You think he was trying to cut on the low? To be funny, because he was just dumb and immature.
Or you think he was trying to cut on the low?
I don't think so. What I think, I can't prove it, but what I think, and what it seems realistic to me, I think he filmed it just to be, because he was dumb and immature, and then sent it to one of his boys, like, look what this nigga Swaggy P talking about. And one of his boys put it out. That's what I think. I can't prove it, but that makes sense to me. Because I remember even telling him.
How about that? I think the nigga recorded it and somebody else was in his phone and synced it.
That makes sense too.
Can you think about the type of nigga he is? He
like a girl or something?
Like a girl, one of his homeboys. Mm-hmm. Somebody was in his phone and synced it.
My whole thing was, I don't think he put it out. I don't think he would do that to his teammate.
I don't think
so.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta think about why he would if he would. If he would, why would he though? Because then that'd probably.
Because even in the video, he's like, oh, thanks for saying all that to my camera, and he laughed about it. It wasn't like oh yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was. I think he was just dumb. And even when Magic Johnson, because Magic Johnson was the president of operations or GM or whatever at the time, and he was even saying he's just not mature yet. He's not a leader, and that's just some immature shit to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he low key dirty Mac'd.
He
low key dirty Mac. You ever had one of the homies dirty Mac you?
He did my man's dirty. Nah, let me think about it.
Or not even one of the homies. You ever been dirty Mac that you know?
Hell yeah, shorties do that shit all the time. Yo, shorties be on that shit. I swear to God. Shorties be on that shit so crazy, it be bad, bro. Shorties be on that shit. Like, you talking about, like, where they be hating if I'm trying to, like, talk to their friends, some shit like that, right? Bro, shorties be on
trying to, like, put smut on your name or smut on your rep.
Shorties be on that so crazy.
I think it's even worse when a man does it. Like, cause if, like, girl, like.
No, actually, niggas do that. I never had a nigga do that to a girl that I was trying to talk to, though. Like, I've had niggas do that to, like, a girl or somebody and they get back to me, but, like, never to, like, actually, let me think about this. Never to a girl, like, cause how you saying it is like, if a nigga ever, like, said something knowing that a shorty was trying to talk to me, right?
Yeah.
Nah, it's always like, I end up talking to that shorty and then she like, oh, you cool as hell. Like, I thought you was da-da-da-da. And I'm like,
why would you think that?
Why would you think that? And she like, oh, because
so-and-so said.
And I'm like, what? Boy said, what about who? Oh, that's wild. He said, what? Oh, that's wild. Oh, he on that?
If any man ever got
it's so crazy. Mike, that happened to me at least like 10 times, bro. I'm not even holding you, at least 10 times. And it's like, I be sitting there like, bro, I was really just shaking this nigga hand like 2 days ago. Like 3 days ago, this nigga see me and shake my hand.
It's always whack whether you know the person or not, bro. It's always whack. But if you're doing it to somebody you know, it's like, bro, like, how lame are you, bro? I got a story for you, so look. Me and the bro, like, we met some girls, right? And I guess the girl that I was talking to, and they were friends.
Yeah.
Me and the bro met some girls, they were friends. And I guess the girl that I was talking to, he liked her a little more, right?
Yeah, he told you this after the fact, though?
He never told me nothing.
I hate that
shit. He never told me nothing.
Go ahead.
But so he talking to one of the friends, I'm talking and texting with the one that I met.
Yeah.
And I get a screenshot to my phone of the bro inviting the girl that I have, and I to be clear, if it's not my girlfriend or like my wife.
Oh yeah. Oh fair, yeah. I'm on that too.
I don't care.
Yeah, I be on that too.
I don't care.
I don't give a
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what I've done with her, how long I've been doing whatever with her. If she's
I tell the shorty too.
If she's not for real, if she's not my woman, I don't care. But if you supposed to be my people's, you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to like throw dirt on my name to get her.
Facts.
Just be you and get her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I get a screenshot. The girl screenshot the conversation
and send it to you.
Yeah,
bro, that don't be the craziest shit to you, cause they be like, nigga, this supposed to be you. Like, bro, this is supposed to be what we do. Why is she sending me some shit behind what you saying? And we supposed to be talking, you know what I'm saying?
Putting all kind of like, and not even just like,
understood that with niggas, bro.
Telling her like my personal business to get her. Oh, you'll be better off over here because Mike is this, that, and the third. And I'm like, you supposed to be a ladies' man, nigga. You supposed to be a smooth nigga. Why you gotta put dirt on my name to get the girl?
Yes, bro.
I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it.
And you know, I feel like the craziest part would be the niggas that be you least expected from, bro.
Every time.
It'd be like, nigga, I thought you was really out here like.
It's only happened to me twice, and both times it was like, you, bro?
I thought you was getting them. I thought you was out here just really.
And this dude, I'm not gonna say his name.
How you moving? So this is telling me this how you getting them? Cause I thought you was getting them. You feel me?
Exactly.
On some just like
everywhere we go, and to keep it funky, like pause. He's a handsome nigga.
Fact.
He's a ladies' man.
Bro, that's the shit that be blowing me, bro.
He gets everywhere I ever went with this dude. He'll walk in the spot. All he gotta do is smile, and they be like, ooh. Girls coming up to him. I'm like, bro, you get in low key, you get any girl you want. Why you gotta do that?
I had a nigga like, I'm gonna tell you some shit. This is so, damn, I could go all the way back with this shit. So my motherfucking, I went to Crawford, right? So this nigga right here, Marbelis.
Shout out to Crawford.
No, for real, shout out to Crawford. If you know, you know. Shout out Crawford, City Heights, feel me? I grew up in the South. Let me go back a little bit more. So I grew up in the Southeast, right? Grew up in the Southeast. right on 41st Boston, like Southcrest, right up the street from the ocean, all that. So when I first went to City Heights, because I went to City Heights my 8th grade year. That's when my dad, right before my freshman year, my dad sent me to Horseman. So I went to
I used to work there. Shout out to Horseman. I worked there. Yeah,
damn, that's crazy.
I used to work in the after school program.
Yeah,
I used to supervise the after school program.
That's wild. So nigga, so that's my introduction to City Heights. Was Horseman. So I went to Horseman my 8th grade year type shit, and I was in that motherfucker, just a Southeast kid. I was pulling up in that bitch every day in a scooter, like real shit, a scooter. Dolo, cause I was coming from the Southeast in a scooter type. Cause if you was in the Southeast before like, bro, 8th grade, I say like around 2000, between 2006 and 2011, you know what it is with the scooters, nigga. I'm telling you, we used to thug it like 20 deep, scooters, bikes. I'm telling you, Mike, all up and down the Southeast, being reckless, bro. If you know, you know. Like, you know. If you know about the scooter shit, you know about the scooter shit. So I was in City Heights on my scooter shit, like basically like dole out there on my scooter shit. And so I guess niggas try to press me about cause they ain't really know where I was from type shit. So niggas try to press me and I had to, you know what I'm saying, hold ground or whatever the case was, did that type shit. And then since that day, the same niggas that was pressing me was fucking with me, which is weird, goofy type shit, but that's kind of how it played out. Cause it was more like, you know what I'm saying? They were like, okay, this nigga like, you know what I'm saying, whoop de whoop, he with the shit, so da-da-da. So they was fucking with me and they was on some hoop shit though. They weren't really on no like other shit. They was more on some like sports shit, like football, basketball type shit. I was on some Southeast shit. Like I wasn't really on some like sports shit. You know what I'm saying? So they got me more into like the sports shit. I was being more into like playing flag football and shit like that at Horseman and shit like that. So then I went to Crawford kind of like with the same group of niggas, but not all the way, but kind of like the same group of niggas. And then yeah, it's crazy because right after high school, it's kind of like when I fell off with them niggas, and it was all for the same shit that we was talking about, behind shorties, and me finding out how they move, and you know what I'm saying, putting two and two together, like, okay, so y'all really ain't like, you know what I'm saying, like y'all really just like, y'all ain't for me, y'all really out here trying to like throw smut on the nigga, like for real, you know? And there was just a bunch of shit that I was able to put together just over the span of our like little, whatever you want to call it, friendship or whatever, and it's like, nah, I can't really like, this shit is holding me cause like we were saying, the way I love is crazy. Like I be stupid in love. I'm the dummy, you know what I'm saying? I'm the dumb nigga that's gonna love you type shit. Cause nigga, it's gonna be whatever you say, fuck whoever else say whatever type. You know what I'm saying? That's how I rock with whoever type. So it's like once I realized they went on that, or once they showed me that it was different, then I can't really go back. That's with anybody. I can't really go back from that type shit. So once I got older and I realized that's how I was and that's how I gotta be, then it was easier for me to just, you know what I'm saying, point shit out. You gotta go. Cause it was easier for me to find like myself and what I needed for myself to be able to grow type shit. So it's crazy, yeah. So that shit brought me all the way back to motherfucking Crawford. Motherfucking, bro, cause I was in the Southeast still. Like, I stayed across the street from MLK.
Okay, what elementary school did you go to?
Bro, I went to so many, bro. I was getting kicked out of elementary schools back and forth, bro. I went to El Tayan. I went to John Otis. I went to motherfucking,
What was getting kicked out for? Fighting?
Yeah, fighting. I was reckless. I was bad as hell as a kid. I was doing some reckless shit. Throwing chairs at the teachers, nigga. I was doing all that, bro. I was on
I went to Valencia Park.
I went there too.
And I fought a lot. I had the, you know, I'm small now. I always had the little man complex. It was like, what's up? So you think because I'm little what, nigga?
No,
I was quick to fight. I was real quick. I used to stay getting
we got
suspended,
our point guard. I had a point guard in college.
Everything.
I mean, in high school, who was like that. We used to say that nigga had little man syndrome.
I for sure had little man syndrome. For sure. I don't have it no more just because it's like, nigga, I'm grown. I don't really need to prove myself to nobody.
I feel like once you get to a certain point of age, it's like, bro, if I ain't finna fight to the death, like I ain't gonna do it, bro. Like once you get to, I feel like once you get to a certain age, like nigga, is we going there or is we not going there? Because if we ain't going there, then bro, this shit is a waste of time. Like I'm just gonna look dumb and you gonna look dumb after this.
This is gonna sound away, but I don't want to fight. I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
Like I'm too old for that. I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm too old to be fighting.
No, facts.
But at the same time, I'm still a man though.
Yeah.
So it's. I was about to say there's certain things you can't say to me, but I'm not even gonna take it that far. Like
I ain't never. You know what's crazy? I feel like I ain't never been that type of nigga, bro.
Just don't touch me.
I've always been that type. I've always been like, you can say the craziest shit to me, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm probably gonna say the craziest shit to you, right? Mm-hmm. And it's gonna stay there. Mm-hmm. But like once I feel like you in arm's reach, or you could touch me, bro, I'm gonna have to touch you before you get me, fam. That's just how it's gonna have to play out. Like you can say whatever you need to say over there, or whatever the case is. But once I feel like you up on me and you could get on me, I'm gonna have to get on you before you get on me. Especially if we talking crazy to each other like how we is. Like, so I get what you're saying. I've always been like that too. Like words go, all that sticks and stone shit don't really fly with me because like you could say whatever you say to me, I could literally open my mouth and say it right back to you. So like there ain't nothing you can't say. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you could say something that I can't say, I won't feel a way about nothing that came out your mouth because I could just say the shit back to you. Once I feel like the shit is gonna get physical, bro, that's where I feel the pressure. Because I feel like I gotta get on it before.
And see, I was on that for the longest time, but here recently, I've been feeling like a lot of people been taking my just like turn the other cheek and my like, my nice, I don't wanna say demeanor, because it's really who I am. I really am a nice guy, I really am a respectful guy, but I feel like people been like taking that for granted and taking it as a weakness. Like I had an issue like in February. I pulled up, I guess I won't say the gym to like make it hot like that, but I pulled up on a dude at a gym back in February and was like, cause he got out of pocket with me.
At the gym?
Yeah.
You pulled up to the gym?
Yeah.
That's some shit.
I actually, you was there.
No, I wasn't. What gym?
It was at, I might have to cut this part out, but yeah, it was out, yeah.
I was there?
I think you was. I
heard about it though. I ain't heard about it like as far as like the details, but I heard, I remember EA, let's say this. I remember EA speaking about it. I don't remember what he said exactly, but I remember him saying something about you saying some shit like that. Like, oh yeah, Michael looked like, but nah, that nigga da-da-da-da, because some shit like, you know what I'm saying? How niggas... I'm putting it together, but not really.
Yeah, dude told me, like, called me a couple things out my name, and you know, I'm a photographer. That's how I make my money. It's how I feed my kids. And dude told me, was like, when we get outside, I'm gonna take your camera, da-da-da-da. Yeah. Like, and not at Muni, at a different event. Like, I was like, okay. When it ended, I was like, hey, bro, come outside, take my camera like you said. Yeah. And he turned it down and was telling EA he was gonna do this, that, and the third to me. I was like, okay, bet. I didn't heard enough about this nigga saying he gonna do this and that. So I pulled up to the gym where he was at and was like, hey, come do what you said you was gonna do, bro. Yeah. And it didn't turn into what he said it was gonna turn into. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, but and even with that, like I was walking out the gym like, I'm glad, not proud, but like I'm glad he know he can't play with me like that. But on the other end, I was like disappointed in myself because I've for as long as people have known my name, I know exactly had a certain image and a certain energy that I've given. You know what I'm saying? Even EA was telling me, like, people was like, yo, bro, that was Flex. Like, what the, whoa, nigga, like, that nigga was in here pressing lines. And I don't want that to be said about me, bro. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
I've always been like that too.
I'm not finna let nobody play
because
with me,
I feel like shit like that, it brings the wrong attention for real.
Exactly.
Nobody ever gets the right attention from doing that shit. So that's why I never wanted to present that to motherfuckers. But I had an incident like that too for real when I was at City College, and there was because I was a sophomore, so. And I was coming from a 4-year, so I was like one of those like vet JUCO players because I was coming from a 4-year to JUCO type shit. So, yeah. So my whole demeanor was just me being like a leader, trying to like work my way into like possibly because I know one day I'm gonna be a captain or a leader type, you know, like I wanted to be. So I was like, let me use this as an opportunity for me to like work on my leadership, whatever, you know, roles or just work into like me playing a role and executing and be the best person I could be in that role type. So that was my whole angle when I went to City College type shit. And then we had this freshman who was just like any other young nigga, like, you know, quick out the mouth about some shit, like always had something to say about shit, like always complaining about something, like just always saying something, right? And he was like our team clown, basically, like type shit. You know what I'm saying? So my whole like, it wasn't like I was fucking with him, But you know how like how they say every dog got his day. So it's like I was fucking with bro. It wasn't like I wasn't fucking with him. Like I fuck with the nigga like for real. It just is one day I think I was having a bad day and he was on his normal like immature, like freshman shit, popping shit. I think it was about some practice shorts. We all got our own practice shorts type shit. He couldn't find his, so he like going around the gym like, hey, who got my shorts? Hey, who got my shorts? And we like, nigga, just go grab some shorts and put them on as practice. We all got the same gray shorts. Just put some damn gray shorts on. And he like, no, I want my shorts. I want my shorts. So we like, I don't know, because usually they hang our practice shit up in our lockers, but this practice they had it all in the middle, like in the bin. So we had to just pull it out. So he like, where my shorts, where my shorts? Basically asking everybody type shit. Then he get around to asking me. Mind you, I'm hearing him asking everybody for being loud, like, you got my shorts? You got my shorts? Let me see. Let me see the tag. Let me see, right? So he get around to me. He like, well, you got my shorts? I'm like, nah, I ain't got your shorts. She like, let me see. I'm like, bro, I don't got your, like, tell him like, bro, I ain't got your shit. I don't have it. I didn't check. But nigga, I'm not finna like just go, I was already having one of those. So I'm like, bro, just leave me the fuck alone, but not telling him like, you know what I'm saying? So he ended up going on about it type shit. So I'm like, damn. This nigga, so we end up going back to the locker room, me and two other teammates to try to situate this shit with this nigga because he pressing niggas like being immature as hell. Like got his practice jersey on and some damn compression shorts. Don't even got no shorts on. Walk around the gym talking about wearing my shorts. Like weird. With some shorts in his hand that ain't his, but he don't want to wear them because. So it's like just being immature. So we get back to the locker room and he pressing about the shorts, pressing about the shorts. So I end up we going back to the locker room. So I end up like. It was some shit like it was his shorts was on my locker or by my locker, some shit like that. But I ended up saying like these not. He was like, "Oh, those are my shorts." I'm like, "These not even your shorts." And he's like, "Let me see the tag. Let me see the tag." And he see the tag ended up being his. So I knew once he found his shorts, he was gonna take that to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you already taking my whatever the case is, right? So, he started popping his shit. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, nah, real shit. Like, bro, just shut the fuck up. Like, stop talking. He kept going. I'm like, bro, if you say something else, nigga, I'm going to smack this shit out you. Like, straight, like, you know what I'm saying? Told him, like, bro, you say something else, bro, I'm going to smack the shit out you. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you talking, like, at this point, you got your shorts, like, shut up, nigga. Like, you talking too much. Like, bro, he talking, like, bro, say something else, bro, and I'm going to smack the shit out you. Like, for real. He like, bro, smack, bro. He get quiet. He looking at me. I step back like, ready, like, oh, nigga, like, and then, so he like contemplate. You can tell in his head he contemplate like if what he gonna do. Yeah, he like he contemplate what he about to do. And I'm like, nigga, what's up? Like, nigga, like, what's, like, come on, nigga, like, you feel me type? And he ended up not doing nothing, but afterwards, like you were saying, bro, I felt like shit, boy. I felt so bad, but I felt bad for like probably like 2 days after that, bro. Because I know it had nothing to do with him. His attitude, like, you know what I'm saying, triggered the fuck out of me, bro. But it had nothing to do with, bro. Like, nigga, I was just having, I think I got into it with my shorty that day or some shit like that. Like, it had nothing to do with this nigga, bro. You feel me? But I end up, I end up smacking the shit out of this nigga, bro, in front of my teammates too. So it's like, the whole image of me being like that cool nigga, now I'm like, oh, don't Dion, because that nigga Dion will smack the shit out. So it's like, I ain't really want that to be like.
It's funny you say that, bro, because a little bit of the inner, like a little bit of me going up to the gym and confronting dude.
Yeah.
A little bit of that had to do with like just where I was at in life and some of the shit I was dealing with in my personal life, for sure. Because I know if I was like, like professionally and like personally, like not, I don't want to say established, but just happy and closer to where I want to be, I probably wouldn't. I'd be like, that nigga's a clown. Nah, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he's a clown, and I would have just left it right there. Like, that nigga's a clown. But I was like, nah, that nigga disrespected me, so I gotta. And I'm already dealing with stuff in my personal life, so it's like, nah, I mean, you this nigga messing with me, so I gotta, you know what I mean? So yeah.
He directed it towards me because this shorts was by my locker. I'm like, nigga, hold on, bro. I wasn't even trying to like, you know what I'm saying? So don't even, bro, shut the fuck, bro. Say something else, bro. I'm gonna smack the shit. Because it was one of those. Like, I wasn't even trying to, and now you over here trying to paint a whole nother picture about, bro, shut that shit up, bro. So he just kept going, bro. And I felt like shit, bro, for real. I felt bad, bro. I hit him up After, like, bro, I was having a bad day, my nigga, like, my bad, like, bro, I don't know. You feel me? Like, my nigga, I don't know what else to say, bro. Like, I was really not having a good day. Not saying, like, I came in with an attitude, but, like, I wasn't in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of, like, didn't, what he didn't help my mood. Right. This shit didn't help my shit at all, bro.
What were you, I mean, obviously you played basketball in high school. What were you known for in high school?
In high school? Mm-hmm. What was I known for in high school? I think basketball. Now, honestly, I was known for basketball and talking shit. But listen, though, the only reason why I was known for talking shit is because the niggas that I was around was always doing that shit. So I was kind of like guilty by association, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like, I was never really talking shit to you, but like, because I was around the niggas that was talking shit to you, like, guilty by association type shit, you know? So it's like, other than that, bro, high school, and you don't know another crazy thing, bro? I was the only athlete in my class that was offered an athletic scholarship in 2013. Really? No recognition. They didn't show me no love for that shit, bro. But it's straight. I'm still, you feel me? I'm still a Crawford coach. I still fuck with y'all niggas, you feel me? But yeah, I was the only kid, the only athlete in my class with a motherfucking athletic scholarship. Full ride, too. Everything paid for. I had to pay a dime.
To Christian? San Diego Christian? Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
That's love. I was thinking about that the other day when I was like, was thinking about, having you on the pod and just, just everything, just like certain things I wanted to talk about. And that was one of the things I got to thinking about because I was like, I had a lot of fun in high school. Yeah. And I got to thinking like, cause I didn't play any varsity sports, bro. I didn't play no varsity sports until my senior year. I started in.
We had a teammate that was like that.
I started in football. I started at a corner. I started at left corner in football. And I backed up my older brother. Well, I was about to say I was one of the point guards on my basketball team, but I didn't get much playing time. I was more of a football player in high school, but I didn't play no varsity sports until high school, so I wasn't really known as an athlete. I used to dance, like you know what I'm saying. Whenever they play the music, whenever they play the music, I used to dance and like. And this is when Crumpin' was lit. I used to crump.
Oh
and,
yeah,
pop lock and
Crumpin' was lit. I remember when what was that one group, Junkyard or some shit like that.
Something like that. And I graduated high school in 06. I graduated in 06, and that was when like. I think the movie Rise came out.
I think high school was at its peak in 06 for real. I think between like 04.
How so?
I think between like 04 and 09, high school was at its peak, bro.
What do you mean by that?
I just feel like you could be like, there wasn't no like.
It was before social media.
It was, but it wasn't, because it was social media. But
man, when I graduated high school, all we had was AIM and MySpace.
That's what I'm saying. It was, but it wasn't. It was like, if you was tapped in, you wasn't. But on a day-to-day, it wasn't like on some everybody. If you didn't have it, it was weird. It's kind of like if you had it, you was different type shit. Yeah, so for sure. That's why I feel like it was at its peak, because you had to be more sociable. Like now, high school, bro, I see what you're saying. I could go to Crawford, nigga, and go to Lincoln on Twitter. Like for real. I could go to Lincoln on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like type shit. All my followers be from, and that's how it could be. That's how it is nowadays. So now it's like. However your social media pop, bro. Really
I want social media for sure, but just the internet in general just changed so much. Like I remember, I was coaching at my high school at Orange Glen. Shout out to the crib. I was
Orange Glen. You know what? You want to know something crazy? My first, this is crazy as fuck. My first varsity game, football was against Orange Glen.
Yeah.
We got our ass whooped. I think it was like 59 to fucking 7.
Shout out to the crib.
Listen though, that's the first. I think that was my last varsity game. No, yeah, so it was one of my last varsity games because, nigga, I was on special teams. Bro, I got blindsided so bad on a fucking punt return. I think it was a punt return or a kick return. This is the first time I got blindsided playing football. I still don't know who the fuck hit me to this day. I still don't know who the fuck that was. Boy, it hit me so crazy. Look, Mike, I swear to God, it was so crazy, like, and it happened so fast, like, bro, I really thought I was finna make this tackle. Like, I really thought, you know how, like, when you get an angle and you're like, bet, I'm meeting this nigga at the 20, right? So I'm on that. I ain't play football, mind you. I didn't play sports growing up, bro. I was in the streets. I didn't play sports till, like, motherfucking, literally until high school. I didn't play sports. So and I played football for 2 years and then played basketball. And I didn't start playing basketball until I was a sophomore in high school. So, I was playing football. So this is my like the ending of my football career type shit because of shit like this. So I'm running to tackle this nigga, and bro, I swear to God, all I hear is like I hear a hit, I feel a nudge of a hit, nigga, and I blink, and when I open my eyes, I'm on the ground, bro. That's it. I'm on the ground, I'm looking up like, what the fuck just happened? Did I run into a wall? I really thought I ran into like a pole, a wall, something, bro, like, cause I didn't see it, my nigga, I didn't see that shit coming. Then I'm like, nah, ain't no way in hell this is what it is, bro. And then like I get up and everybody like, damn, you did it. I'm like, what? That's wild. Nah, this ain't for me, bro. Cause
yeah, I got a story like that too. But I played football all growing up, so I knew what was going on. But my senior year in high school, it's maybe I think it's either the second or third game of the season. It's like I said, my senior year we playing against Point Loma. Point Loma had a dude that played defensive end. He played tight end and defensive end, but he was going to Miami on a full scholarship to play defensive end.
To Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, he was on that.
Yeah, so this nigga
chose him over the Miami boys.
This nigga was fast, big, strong, everything. He had to be. And I played H-back, but I was really like, I ran between the tackles every now and again, but they put me in at H-back to run routes. I was more of like a receiver running back. And I never forget, I'm in the slot. I ran a quick slant, and I knew that they had a linebacker on me, so I knew I was gonna be open. Yeah. Shake this nigga. I'm open. I'm running across the field, and our quarterback was cold. Evan Perkins. Shout out to my guy. And I'm open, but of course I'm not the look. I'm in the slot. He looking for the X receiver. He throw it to him. Mind you, I'm wide open. He should have hit me. He throw it to the X receiver. End up throwing an interception. And the dude he intercepted not too far from me. So I had wheels back in high school. I was fast as I'm still pretty fast now, but back in high school I was hella fast. I'm booking down the sideline trying to catch the dude that picked the ball off. Oh, I'm looking straight ahead. I'm not looking nowhere. I'm booking down the sideline. The nigga that's going to Miami ear hold me, bro. Just like you said, blindside me, bro. This nigga hit me, bro. I'm looking up at my feet.
Bro, ain't that the craziest shit in the world?
This nigga hit me so hard.
It was a night game when I got hit. So nigga, I'm watching everything.
And see, for us, it was a Point Loma. I don't know if they got lights now.
Mike, I'm watching everything. Like, where the fuck is this? Wow. Like, oh, hell nah.
And see, luckily for me, like, we was playing, I don't know if they got lights now, but at the time, Point Loma didn't have lights on their field. So they played their games on Saturdays. So it's during the daytime. It's like in the afternoon. Dude hit me. Yeah, and I was playing JV at the time. It's my sophomore year.
I had a few homies that
was my sophomore year? No. This is my senior year. I'm bugging. This is my senior year, but Point Loma didn't have lights. They played their away games at night at somebody else's field, but their home games they played on Saturdays in the daytime because they didn't have lights. So quarterback threw an interception. I'm booking, trying to catch a dude that caught it. I get ear hold. I'm looking up at my feet. I hit the ground. And I get hit so hard, bro, that like I get up and I'm a little dizzy. Like I get my bearings about me, and the dude end up scoring. He took it to the house, and I was on the outside of starting on defense. I played special teams too. I was on the kickoff, punt team, and the field goal block team. Yeah. And he scored. I'm on the field goal block team, so I got to go out to the field. So I'm running out there, and I'm counting, and I count 11. I count 11 guys. So I'm like, okay, they got enough. So I start running back to the sideline. My coach is like, Ron, get your ass out there. Get your ass back out there. So I start running back to get in formation. But then our linebacker, Robert Garcia, he one of the captains. He counted too. So he's like, get off the field. Get off the field. So then I start running back over here. So then the coach is like, no, give it. And so I'm going back and forth. Yeah. But then, when you watching film, there's no sound in the film. Yeah. There's no sound in the film. So it looked like you just so I got blasted. And so I get up and I'm a little dizzy, so all you see in the film is me running this way and then going. So in the film, it looked like I got rocked so bad that I don't even know where I'm going. So in the film session, my whole team climbed me like, this nigga blasted you, huh? You don't even know where you was at. Look at you. I'm like, nah, bro. Robert told me to look. It was all bad, bro. It was all bad. Wow. But yeah, I wasn't known for, granted, I wore my, I wore my jersey on Fridays, had my bag and everything. And even on basketball season, I played varsity basketball my senior year.
Tell me that wasn't the illest shit. Wearing your jersey? In high school, nigga, the class, the day you... Bro, that was the illest shit.
Facts.
Bro, you walked in that motherfucker like, look.
Nothing better.
I ain't doing nothing today.
Nothing better.
Feel me? I got some work to handle later
Nothing
on.
better. I remember, bro.
Don't ask me to write no paper.
Facts.
Don't ask me to solve no problems.
I'm chilling. Y'all know I got a game tonight. I'm getting my rest.
I used to go in the back of the class, kick my feet up on the chair like, look, your boy got to put work in tonight. You feel me? You ain't got to worry about... Don't worry about this little school work, none of this shit.
We had an RLP print class at my high school. We like make T-shirts, notepads, business cards, and everything. And I'm in the RLP print class, and to make like the notepads, you had to like put like little paper on this like little roller thing and put this fluid on there.
Yeah.
And the fluid was mad flammable. And this kid that was I always, you know what I'm saying, because I've always been a scary cat anyway, so I was always real careful with it. But it was this kid that wasn't like, he was putting a whole bunch of the fluid shit on there to make the thing stick to the metal so he can make his notepad.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the RP print teacher, Ms. Z, rest in peace. I believe she passed away. But she called the kid a moron because she just got scared. She was like, that you're gonna make the whole place blow up, you moron. Called a kid a moron.
That's wild.
And me and my
in
brother. In
class in front of everybody?
Yeah, in front of everybody.
That's wild.
Me and my brother would had the class together. And I kid you not, but I'm a petty nigga. A lot of times I would be like, that was a little out of pocket. You know, when you turn to me, like I wasn't even talking to you, I was talking to my brother.
Yeah, fact.
On everything I love, I was not talking to her and I was not trying to be petty, nothing like that. She called the kid a moron and I turned to my brother, I was like, dang, that was kind of crazy. Like, she called the nigga a moron. And she was like, I'm not talking to her at all.
She was on you.
And then she turned to me, she was like, I wasn't even talking to you. You're a moron.
What?
Right? Ms. Z, shout out to Ms. Z. I love her. I think she passed away. She's a great lady. But she said to me, I was like, and like I said, she said to me, I was like, I'm not a moron. I was like, you're a moron. Said it back to her, right? And then we
I would have said some more. She would have heard.
We get to arguing. I ain't gonna say everything we said back and forth to each other. But me and this lady, we get to arguing, calling each other names and all of that. And she tells me to go to the office. It's like, you know what? Go to the office. You're out of here. And I'm like, and my coach was strict. My football coach, he was mad strict. He didn't care. He did not care whether it was your fault or not.
Yeah.
If you get in any trouble on game day, you're not playing.
Nah, he was on that, yeah.
And I was a starter, so I'm like, yo, and I'm like, at the time, and I'm like, I don't think I'm about to go D1, but you know what I'm saying? My senior year in high school, like I said, I played DB. I was one of the top 12 DBs in all of Dago.
Oh, that's
you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't think I can go D1, but I think I can get a full ride somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
so I can't take no games off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's like, go to the office. I'm like, oh, if I go to the office, I can't play. So I'm like,
it's over with.
I'm like, I forget what I said something to her, and then she was like, you know what? I'm calling your mom. I'm like, all right, bet. I already know my mom. You call me out my name first. If all I gotta do is tell my mom you got out of pocket with me first, I'm gonna get in trouble for calling an adult out of their name.
Yeah.
But my mom is gonna be on my side because you said something to me first.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, bet. I go sit in your office. As long as I go to the principal, call my mom. I don't care. So she called my mom, and she's talking to my mom for a long time. And but how long the convo is, I already know my mom is telling her like.
Yeah.
And shout out to Ms. Z, again, shout out to Ms. Z. She told the truth. Like, she told my mom, like, I called him a moron, and then we got to arguing, And I already know my mom on the phone. She's like, well, you call my son a moron? Like, what's your problem?
Yeah,
like,
like,
talk
what
to
the
my
hell
son
you
like that,
exactly, yeah.
But also my mom is still, like, you got to respect your elders. You know what I'm saying? So when I get on the phone with my mom, she's like, what you say to the lady? I'm like, look, she called me out my name, so I called her out her name, She's like, just because she called, that's an adult. You don't speak to adults like that. You know better than that. She's like, so, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be in trouble when you get home, but you know better than that. Put her back on the phone. So I give her back the phone. And I'm already knowing, like, I'm not in trouble. I'm going to get to playing the game now. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good, but shit, I forget why you brought all that up. But yeah.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
She was on that. She was trying to get on you.
I was like, shout out to moms. I was like, I know I'm not getting in trouble now.
Bro, I feel like I had a few teachers like that I feel like were trying to try me.
You think so?
I would cut it short, bro. I'm getting straight to what we doing. I'm throwing chairs. What we doing? Because at this point, you educated, so you know how to push my buttons, so you know what you're doing. Like, so shit, I don't know what to do. I'm finna start throwing, grabbing shit. What we on, fam? What we doing in this motherfucker? I turn this whole shit upside down. Like, that's how I was. I was kind of like, I ain't finna argue with adults. I'm finna just start tearing shit up because y'all know you know what you doing. Like,
I couldn't take it there. My parents wasn't going for none of that.
You know,
as long as I stayed inside of myself and I was close close to the person that they raised.
Yeah.
I'm a kid, so I'm gonna do some stuff that's out of pocket. But as long as like the story that they hear is relatively close to the young man that they raised,
that's what I realized
I knew I wasn't gonna get in trouble.
It's funny as hell because when my mama, one time she was some similar shit like that where I had got into it with my teacher. And she had sent me to the principal and had to call my mom. And there was I forget what I did. I did some shit. I had did some shit, but there was determining whether or not I'm gonna get suspended or not. So the principal was basically like, we can't get the truth out of him, so we're gonna see if you can. Basically, my mama. And they called my mom, and I'm telling her, she asked me, I forget what it was. She was asking me if I did it, and I was like, nah, I ain't do it. But I swear to God, I did it. I swear to God, I just got done doing that shit. But
I never lied to my mom, but I lied to my dad a couple times.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This is one of those times where, like, in your head, you're like you feel so crazy for lying to your mama, but you like. It's like one of those times where where you feel like you know your mama know you lying to her. Cause like this is the thing. It wasn't like it was just me and my mama. It was me, my mama, and the motherfucking principal and the motherfucking teacher. So it's like, mama, I'm lying to you, but like, you know, like, you know, it was one of those situations with my mama. Cause they was asking me and I was like, Mom, I didn't like, it wasn't like, I wasn't like, no,
they lying on me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was lying to her, but I feel like this is the craziest part. So I feel like she picked up on that shit, bro. Cause she was like, she turned to them and she go, I mean, he lie, he be lying, but I mean, whenever he looked me in my eye, he don't lie when he looked me in my eye. I know he's not lying when he looks me in my eye and he tells me, nigga, she told me that, nigga, I was running with that bitch, nigga. Every time I got in trouble with school, I was like, Mom, look, it wasn't me. She was like, all right, I believe him. It wasn't him. I was like, let's go. Because, you know, they're going to go off or whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever parents going to tell us. So she was like, nah, I believe him if he say it wasn't. Bro, I ran with that shit. And then with my dad, bro, I was bad. That's what I'm saying. With my dad, it was more like, he would be more pressed about me with my elders. Like, kind of like same situation. Like, if it was anything with elders, he felt like they knew what they was doing. So, like, I should be able to, you know what I'm saying? Because they're elders. And if they work at the school, they obviously pass some type of, you know what I'm saying, credential to be able to, like, you know what I'm saying? So he always gave them that respect. But when they came to kids, he would always take my side. Like, I get into a tussle and get suspended for 4 days. And he come home, he like, so how old boy look? I'm like, oh, word? I thought I was getting ass whooped. Like, I thought I was coming home to, you know what I'm saying? Round two. He coming home like, so old boy look worse than you do, right? I'm like, yeah. Once I realized that, oh, nigga, I was tussling everywhere. That's why I went to so many middle schools, because it's like, oh, so I'm going to get in trouble for, you know what I'm saying, throwing a chair at the teacher, but I won't get in trouble for throwing a chair at one of you niggas type, you know what I mean? So I felt like I would always, once I realized I could get away with that, that would always be like my excuse if I didn't want to be like at school or if I didn't want to.
Bro, my dad's rules were don't start the fight.
But finish that motherfucker.
Don't start it, but if somebody try you, finish it and respect your elders. That was it.
Yeah.
I remember one time, bro, and my dad my dad was born in Detroit, but he left Detroit when he was like, I want to say like 11, 12.
Detroit niggas be hustling.
You feel me?
Them niggas are ball. You know, I heard a saying about Detroit niggas that said Detroit niggas ball till they fall for real.
For real.
Them niggas ball till they fall. Like,
for real.
Nigga, they hustle.
That's real. They be having the fancy shades
nigga,
and everything.
What?
But see, my dad was born. He was born in Detroit, but he moved to my granny moved the whole fam out to Cali. So my dad was raised in Long Beach. So I was born in Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? My dad actually my dad's youngest sister, my Aunt Mel, actually, you know, Snoop is from Long Beach.
Yeah.
My dad's youngest sister, my Aunt Mel, actually dated Snoop when they was like little kids. Like,
that's dope.
Snoop wouldn't remember it. It's like on some like my dad remember like, oh, that's the. Yeah. I remember when Snoop first made it big. Like, bro, I'm 4. Like, still living in Long Beach. Like, I'm like 3 or 4 years old, and I got a crazy memory, bro. I remember my dad, like, not even my dad, like, the whole family. Like we at like I think even one of my aunties. I can't remember exactly where we were. Either one of my aunties or my granny's house. And Snoop came on the TV. And I remember like my dad, my uncle, my auntie, my granny, everybody coming around like, yo, that's Calvin. Like, yo, like. Yeah. And at the time, I'm like, how did like I didn't know it was Snoop. I didn't know, like, I'm just like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah. And then years later, it's Snoop Dogg, and I'm like, and I'm remembering like, oh, damn, that's crazy. My auntie used to date that nigga when they was there. That's crazy. Like,
that's crazy. Bro.
You feel me? That's crazy. So crazy. I forgot where I went with that. Oh, but no, my dad was like, don't start it. Don't ever start a fight. Don't be a bully. Don't ever be trying to like rumble with people. But if somebody mess with you,
facts.
If somebody touch you, do what you gotta do. And it's funny, like
when I realized that, bro, I swear to God.
When I got older, I would meet people that like their parents would tell them like, if somebody hits you once, you can hit them back once. If somebody hit you twice, you can hit them back twice. My dad was like, if somebody touch you, do what you gotta do.
Facts. Nah.
If somebody, I
ain't never heard hit them back twice if they hit you twice.
If somebody pinch you and it hurt. And go, nigga, do what you gotta do. Yes. That's all my dad was ever on. So anytime anybody ever, all I had to do was tell my dad like, yo, this nigga hit me.
No, facts.
And so my dad.
I was scared, nigga.
My dad's whole thing was don't start the fight, finish it. I remember one time, I picked a fight with this dude. I went to Valencia Park right here in Southeast. I picked a fight with it. I remember I picked a fight with this on the basketball court. I thought dude was sweet. I picked a fight with this dude. He pushed me. I swung on him. Homie ducked it and rocked me, bro. Rocked me. Like, nigga, I fell down, got up, try to fight. And then after school, he got some of his homies to come and get at me.
Oh, damn.
So I ended up having to run home. Like,
yeah.
I never forget, bro. My dad was like, my dad worked for the naval station. He was never home during the day. Like me and my brothers would get home and my parents weren't home. Yeah. I don't know why I don't know if he like stayed home this day, but he was home. And I come running in the house and I slammed the door because these dudes is chasing me home. Yeah. I slammed the door and my dad's like, what is he running from?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, and I know if I tell him I'm running from somebody, I know if I tell him I'm running from somebody, he's gonna be upset. I'm like, oh, it's a dog chasing me outside. He go and look through the blinds, and he see all the dudes chasing me.
Yeah.
And my dad opened the door, bro. My dad opened the door and made me go outside and fight.
Hell yeah.
Made me go outside and fight.
That happened.
And I went out there. And got my rumble on, bro.
Get it in.
And got, you know what I'm saying, and bro, and it's funny because before that, and this was like I was maybe like in 4th grade.
Yeah.
When I was in 1st grade, I got beat up 2 times in a row. I never been scared, but when I was early, I couldn't fight. Yeah. But I was like, man, I'm with it though.
Yeah.
I got beat up, like I came home with like my face messed up, and I'll never forget. My mom was like, yo, your son coming home getting beat up every day. You know, take him in the backyard, teach him how to fight.
Yeah.
My dad taught me how to fight. My mom, to this day, my mom tell everybody, she had never taught him how to fight. Because after my dad taught me how to fight, I was going to school like, I know what to do now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, my dad taught me how to fight.
Yeah.
And now I'm running home. I'm running from people. My dad look out the window like, nah, bro, you finna go fight.
Yeah.
So I go out there, catch the one-on-one. I end up like, I lose the fight, but I come back in. And my dad, like, and granted, like, my dad had, like, I got whooped with a belt before. My dad also, like, put a little stinger on my shoulder before, like, you know what I'm saying? I got punched before, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, bro, that's how I used to, bro, that's how I used to get.
My dad told me.
I don't think my dad ever used the belt. No fake it.
I got belt.
Nah, my dad never used the belt.
My dad, I got one from my dad. My mom punched me a couple of times.
My mama used the belt.
My mom punched me a few times. My dad hit me with one, and my dad, I remember, like, after he made me go outside and catch that fade, came back in, he was like, I've punched you before. You think one of them dudes can punch you harder than I can?
Yeah.
I was like, no. He was like, so what you running for?
Yeah.
And after that, that was my last time running. But like, I never forget that, bro. My dad made me.
Bro, that happened to me like 3 times, bro. Twice. It happened to me twice, bro. The first time, I had the same scenario after school, but I was fucking with. See, I had a thing where, like, I would be mean to, like, shorties that I like type shit. Like, I was one of them niggas. Okay. Where, like, I poke fun at you, but that's only because I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm one of them niggas type shit where, like, I throw some shade to you, but that's because I fuck with you type. So I was doing that type shit when I was with this little girl that I was in class with type shit, but she wasn't feeling it like that. She was thinking like I was trying to like bully her type shit. Yeah. And she was probably fair on that because bro, my angle with it sometimes, well, especially when I was younger, my shit was just really just flat out rude. I'd probably just say some rude shit. Only because I really liked the little shorty. Now at the time I didn't know it's because I liked her.
Didn't know what else to do.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But so she ended up telling her brother or whatever, and her brother is like, so we got like you know what El Tayan is, right? So El Tayan got like a little kid school, and then it's like a big kid school on the top of the hill. Right. So her brother went to the big kid school. So after school, the nigga rolled up on me with like his whole little crew or whatever type. So I'm like, the fuck going on here, like type shit. And I remember like earlier today, I was like, so I look and I see shorty like standing behind these niggas. So I'm like putting two and two together. I'm like, oh, this shit is crazy. So they started pressing me or whatever. It's crazy. I remember this. Nigga, I had a bag of candy in my hand from some shit that we was doing earlier that day. I had a bag of candy in my hand. And when these niggas rolled up on me, I was just reaching for my Snickers, nigga. So when I see them pressing up on me, I was like, hold on, wait, what? I threw my sticker at that and I took off down the street, nigga, so quick. I threw my sticker at this nigga and I ran home, nigga. Look, it was like 6 of these niggas and they was in the big kid school, fam. I'm still at the little kid school. So, nigga, I'll book home so quick. Same shit how you was saying. My dad was a hustler, so you ain't see the nigga in the daytime, bro. You would see him at night for a few hours and he be in and out, Because my dad and my mom was never together. Since I was born, I never seen them like together in a relationship. They always been cool, like friends, like a motherfucker. Cause my dad,
I was blessed. My parents are still married to this day. I was blessed.
Oh, word. See, my parents, I never even see them in an intimate relationship together, like for real. My dad was in and out of prison my whole life. So up until like I went to high school, he was in and out of prison. So my mom would just let him come over when he got out of prison to get on his feet type. She always had mad love for the nigga, obviously because it's a baby daddy, but she was always cool as fuck. My mama was never like. She was cool as fuck. Like, my mom was just cool as fuck, so.
Shout out to your mom. Shout out to women like that.
Nah, real shit, though. Yeah, hell yeah. So she would always let him crash at her crib till he got on his feet type shit. And, so yeah, she wasn't home. He was, coincidentally, he was there type shit. So same situation. The guy running his crib, and he like, the fuck, da-da-da-da. But I ended up telling him what it was. But I kind of told him thinking that the nigga was going to be like, all right, you know what I'm saying, staying here, them niggas on some dumb shit. Because I told him, like, yo, I was just talking to his sister and the nigga over here on some goofy shit. Nigga, now these niggas press me and now they chasing me home type shit, right? This nigga like, nah, you gonna have to go back out there. I'm like, hold on, wait, what? It fucked me up because it's the first time. So in my head, I'm like, nigga, you my dad. What the fuck you mean I'm gonna go back out there? I'm like, nigga, what you mean I'm gonna go back out there? I just told you these niggas chased me home. I threw a Snicker bar at this nigga head. He mad. They was barking the whole time. Like, bro, I lived in Park Villas. If you know about Park Villas, you know about the Southeast, bro. Park Villas was lit, bro. That's where everybody was at, bro. So I was to El Tayan and I was living in Park Villas. So that's low-key like 2 miles away type. So I'm like, nigga, I just told you I ran all the way home for these niggas. Obviously, they ain't trying to talk or I would have went out there and talked to these niggas. Like, he like, nah, you got to go back outside. I go back outside and this is when I got close to my homeboys, at the time. I think his name was Glenn and the other one was Lex. So shout out to Glenn, shout out to Lex. Them some real niggas for real. So we was in Park Villas and they was from Lincoln at the time. They was
so homies were from Lincoln?
Yeah, the homies, yeah, Glenn and Lex is from Lincoln. So I fuck around and went outside to fade the Mexicans. So and I told you it's like 4 or 5 of these motherfuckers. So I'm whole time like ready to fade these niggas one by one, right? And my pops is lining it up because he like, cool, da-da-da. I'm fading the first nigga, so soon as I start fading him, like soon as we start fighting, Glenn and Lex jump in out of nowhere, bro. These my niggas though, but they just hop in like, fuck that, nigga, we fight, da-da-da. So then the other 2 niggas hop in, so now it's like 3-on-3 a week, right? So we getting it bracketed that motherfucker, right? So my dad like, fuck around and like, cause he one of the only adults out there, so they jump in like, oh, chill. Then they like break it up, but yeah, that's the first time it happened. And then the second time it happened, nigga, I was supposed to be in because my dad always had this thing where he was like being before the street lights. I don't know why, but he was always like being before the street lights. So I was in my apartments and I was playing football and shit, and the street lights came on, but I'm like, damn, I got like 30 minutes. Come on, bro, like let me finish this game and I'm gonna go inside type shit. So I knew I wasn't supposed to be outside. So I'm over here playing the game. And it's because it's a close ass game and it's tight. So I'm over here playing. I think it's on 43rd and Delta, right? So I'm playing with a whole bunch of Mexicans, nigga. It's like team of niggas versus Mexicans type shit. So, motherfucking, some shit happened. They threw the ball up. Some shit happened, and the niggas, one of the Mexicans, I knocked to the ground hard as fuck. Cause where we was playing, that was like mostly grass, but it had concrete pathways. You know what I'm saying? But it was mostly grass type shit. So, nigga fell hella hard, got up, and I was the first nigga he seen when he turned and looked. So he swung, hit me. Bow. This is an older nigga though. This nigga probably like 15, 16. I'm like 13 at the time, if that. You know what I'm saying? So 15, 16 is big as hell when you're 13, bro. That shit down there like a grown man. You know what I'm saying? You like, that's a grown man, nigga. You like, so nigga, tell me why this nigga hit me in my shit. And I'm sitting here like, and he hit me in my shit, and I go to, and I like, my initial reaction was to like step to bro, but then like his boys, like, you know what I'm saying? And my boys, and then, no, it was a team full of niggas, but we weren't all like cool. It was only like one, maybe two niggas that I knew on the team, and I barely knew them. I just knew them from living in apartments. But I wasn't in the apartments all day. I was at motherfucking, in the basement in South Crest and shit like that. I wasn't on 43rd Street type shit. So, yeah, so it's coincidence, bro. I swear to God, it's like this. It's like this nigga hit me. I go off to the side and like contemplate what the fuck I'm finna do. And I look up and I see my dad walking, nigga. Like, cause remember I said they had concrete pathways. Yeah. I see this nigga walk, cause you gotta walk through the apartments to get to our apartment in the back. I see his ass walking. So now I'm like, oh, I hope this nigga don't see me, bro. I hope this nigga don't see me. Mike, why this nigga walking straight like this? And as soon as he get by me, he just turned like this, bro. I'm like, what? Bro, it was some weird shit. It's like the nigga was walking like he did, like I wasn't there, and it just turned and beeline straight towards me. And I'm like, what the fuck? So the nigga told me like, get up, da-da-da. He like, what the fuck wrong with you? Cause I'm like halfway like rubbing my shit. So he like, what the fuck wrong with you, da-da-da. Then I told him what happened, and he like, oh, boy right here? And he like, yeah. He like, oh, you about to finish this. You about to fight right now. I'm like, what? This nigga's 17. I'm 13. What you mean I'm gonna? He's like, yeah, you about to finish this right now. So I had to get in, you know what I'm saying? Get in with that, handle that shit straight. You feel what I'm saying? Got that shit out the way. Mm-hmm. And it was just crazy because I don't know, it's just crazy you said it because my dad did that shit to me twice, bro. Mm-hmm. And both times I was like, nigga, you my dad. Ain't you supposed to like?
Did you know, maybe you did. I didn't, but maybe you did. Did you know your dad's, at that point, did you know your dad's history?
I had an idea. I was told it, and basically.
See, I knew my dad wasn't afraid of nothing.
Yeah.
But I didn't know his history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then once I got older and understood, like fully understood who my dad was from when he was a kid to when he was like a preteen.
Oh yeah, then that made sense for me. Yeah.
And I was like, I fully understand why he made me go out there and fight. You know what I mean? Like, I talked to like my uncle, my dad's little brother that he used to move real like around with. He was like, oh yeah, it's tough. My dad named Stefan, like my older brother. He's like, Steph was always fighting. He's like, and it's funny because I'm the second born. Like I got an older brother that's named after my dad.
Okay.
And I'm the second born, and I got a little brother. And all growing up on my dad's side of the family, everybody will always tell me that I was just like my dad's little brother, my Uncle Clarence.
Yeah.
It's like coincidentally that like he's the second born and I'm the second born. They'll say you look just like him, you act just like your Uncle Clarence.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like my Uncle Clarence would always be like, oh yeah, I used to be like, and it's like I want to say like I'm a ladies man, but I've always been pretty like, you know what I'm saying? I never had a problem getting a girl.
Yeah.
So it's like my Uncle Clarence would tell me like I'm hanging out with the girls and they'd be like, oh yeah, Steph over there fighting. He's like, I'll just run over there and just swing on somebody because
for real
fighting. And my older brother wasn't the same way, but I was more of like my Uncle Clarence. Like I was more like I'm down for it, but I don't want to fight. Like I'm here to like meet some girls.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I've always been on. I've always been on that.
It's so crazy how like you kind of like just kind of, I don't want to say repeat, but kind of like go down similar paths. You know,
because my brother is like, so see, I'm the oldest son that my dad got, but he gave his name to my little brother, his second son. He gave, I don't know why he did, but he named me after Deion Sanders, which I don't give a damn. I'll take that any day of the week. But and he gave his name to my younger brother type shit. So My younger brother, it's funny as hell how that shit play out though, because my younger brother is like spit image of this nigga, bro. And I'm like, motherfuckers would call the opposite. You know what I'm saying? As far as like attitude, character wise type. You would say you would say I'm more like my mama versus me being more like my daddy type shit. But my little brother for sure, you be like, yeah, this nigga's like his daddy, like for real. Like even both my little brothers, you know what I'm saying? Both them niggas is, but I love them niggas for real. Them my niggas for real. Shout out to them niggas for real. I got I got 4 on my mama's side, and I got 5.
Okay.
I think 6 on my daddy's side. So it's confusing, bro. So my mom and my so I lived with my biological mom until I was like 12. Then she kicked me out because I was bad as fuck, you know. So respectfully, she told me I had to go. But I was already out the house by then. I was already in the streets doing the shit that I was doing by 12 type shit. So she basically told me I had to go. But in her house, I was a middle child. I had an older sister, older brother. Then I had a younger sister, younger brother. And then me and my older sister is the only ones that had the same dad. So my older brother and my 2 younger siblings had different dads type shit. Then when I moved with my dad, I was the oldest child. And his...
different dynamic.
Yeah, his wife had a girl and a boy, and then they had a boy together. Does that make sense? And then my dad came in with me and then my other younger brother. And then a few years later, my brother that he has his name by came along with it. So that's like 7. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, so that's like 7.
I'm following.
So that's like 7 on that side type shit. So yeah, and then my mom just adopted like 2 kids like 3 years ago type shit. So that's added more to the pot.
Did y'all do the whole like half brother, step brother thing, or is it just like we all rock?
Oh no, we all rock. We all say brother, sister, mom, dad. I call my mom my stepmom. I call her mom. I don't call her stepmom. I call her mom.
It's funny, bro. My mom's mom and dad, like that's obviously my grandma and my grandpa, but they both got remarried a few times. My grandpa, the woman that he's still married to this day, my Granny Val, that's my Granny Val. But I call her Granny Val, but like my biological grandma, she passed away, respect to her. I never called her by her name, that's just my granny.
You just say granny?
I just say granny.
Yeah.
But my Granny Val, I called her Granny Val, and I never forget, I was maybe like 9 or 10 years old, maybe. We visited them for the summer in Sacramento.
I think I know where this is going.
And we outside, like we had these friends like right down the street from my grandpa's house, Erlin and Danny. I never forget. I don't even remember what these niggas looked like really. Only thing I remember for that summer, it was so hot in Sacramento that we cracked the egg on the sidewalk and the shit started.
That motherfucker started cooking?
Shit started.
I never seen that before in my life, bro. That'll fuck me up.
I got a bunch of memories from that, but the 2 that stick out.
Nigga said he fried an egg on the ground.
I got a bunch of memories from that song, but the two that really stick out is the egg frying on the sidewalk and me sitting like kind of like on the porch at my grandpa's house. And like I remember, it was either me or my older brother said something like, "Oh yeah, my Granny Val da." And one of the homies, Erlen and Danny from right around the way, granted we in Sacramento, he said something about, like, you call your granny by her name, like my grandma, I just call her grandma, why you call your grandma by her name?
Yeah.
And I explained to him, I was like, oh, but like my actual grandma that's in LA.
That should be a lot explaining to
I call
me.
her granny.
Yeah.
But like my Granny Val, like I call her Granny Val because, you know what I'm saying, this is like my da-da-da-da. And we sitting on the porch, but there's like, so if me and you, we on the porch right here, right?
Yeah.
But this wall right, granted the cameras can't see, but this wall right here is where the bathroom was, and there's a bathroom window. My Granny Val was in the bathroom.
Oh, she could hear it?
Hearing everything. And so she hear me telling that story. She's like, I ain't no step in this. I telling the homie, like she's more like my step grandma. Like, she's like, ain't no step in this family. And I didn't even.
From the window, she pressed you.
I didn't feel that. I loved her just the same. Like I didn't feel that way, but I'm just telling.
Yeah.
I'm just telling him the story. And she's like,
I just recently.
Family,
I just recently started thinking about that, like how my stepmom feel about me, like You know what I'm saying? I never thought about that, but she know what it is. I feel like, bro, she know what it is, bro. She know if I'm up tomorrow, and nigga, we up tomorrow. Fuck you talking about. She know that, so she ain't gotta like anybody that I feel like if you really tapped in with me, it's not really a question. Like if you got a question and shit
at all,
then you're not really tapped in because
it's like I got like on that side of the family, on my grandpa's, like my mom's dad, on that side of the family, they in Sacramento. I got like one of my cousin Darius. He lives here in San Diego with my older brother. Like he grew up in Sacramento. That's my cousin. That's my guy. That's my cousin all day. If he need anything, if he call me, we're family. I don't even say if he call me, we're family. That's my cousin.
Yeah.
We're family. I don't want to make no separation. But his that he's from that side of the family where it was like me. I'm basically saying like me and my cousin Darius that I was just talking about. We're not blood related. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's my cousin. That's my guy.
Yeah.
We just went all of that, like all of that. My guy, ain't no step in this family. I was like, yo, I don't. I didn't.
She was on you.
Like, he was just asking me to say Granny Val, so I was just telling him.
Yeah.
And she pressed me super hard. And to this day, I've always felt bad about that. Like I would never want to make nobody that I rock with, nobody in my family feel like they not my family. I don't rock with.
Nah,
he
for real.
He just happened to ask me, so I was telling him the story.
That's how I be feeling too, bro. That's why I always say. I've always said that when that's why I always, like, I can't come into no, I mean, I can, but if I come into some bread, like, bro, I'm blowing that shit. I gotta show love. Like, I don't know. I've always been that type nigga. Like, I could be up. I mean, I've been up type shit, but it don't feel good if you're not, like, for me personally, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak for no other a lot of motherfuckers that feel good to be able to know that they got whatever soul in the bank and they can look at this nigga and see that he down bad type shit. Some motherfuckers find joy in that, for real.
Yeah, that's why.
I can't, like, bro, I can't. Especially if I say I fuck with you type, I can't, bro. Like, I gotta see you, like, doing your shit. If I'm doing my shit, like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm doing my shit, I want to put you in a position for you to be doing your shit. Cause I won't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it won't feel good for me if I know, like, I don't know. A lot of niggas out here eating and a lot of niggas out here ball hogging. Let's say that. A lot of you niggas out here ball hogging. Y'all niggas eating, but y'all niggas starving, bro. That's crazy.
I feel that.
I don't get it. If I'm eating, I want motherfuckers around me to be on the same shit. I want motherfuckers around me to eat too.
I'm the same way, bro.
Hell yeah. I won't feel like, I won't be doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I won't be like, I don't know. Like, I be cheating motherfuckers if I don't do that. I don't know.
Nah, I feel it. You got any pet peeves, like in life or in dating? What are your pet peeves in life and your pet peeves in dating?
Pet peeves in life? Let me see, in life. My pet peeve in life. In life, a pet peeve. This is tough. I know in dating.
Anything at all.
You know what? You said only because I've been raised this way. I hate when, like, in life, I can say this. In life, I don't like when I can sense that somebody ain't being them. You know what I mean? Like, if I feel like, however you is, I don't give a damn how you come. If I feel like you ain't you giving me a vibe that ain't really you, I feel like I'ma always, like, be able to sniff that out and be like, nah, this motherfucker, like, I can't really, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I could always respect, bro, I could respect the snake to be a snake. I could respect the thief to be a thief. Somebody honest to always tell the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can respect you for who you are as long as you stand on who you is type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a thief, cool. Let me know you a thief so I know where not to take you type shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I know, like, okay, well, I'm going to just do this with this nigga. And when it come to this, I can't because his ass going to steal something. Like,
right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you got to let me know that you is. You know what I'm saying? No, that's real shit, though. But that's the shit that I be on. So it's like, I could always respect somebody who is themselves type shit. Like, I always tell niggas on this all the time, like, my best friend, like, nigga, I'll hoop. Nigga, my best friend not a hooper. So I've always been the type nigga to respect niggas that do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga do what he do. He don't ever try to, like, pretend to be something that he ain't. He don't ever try to, like, see niggas do something and be like, oh, let me, you know what I'm saying? He the type nigga that, like, if we on this and he on that, Nigga, that's what he on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can be like, okay, if that's what y'all on, cool, but this is what I'm on. That's what y'all drinking. You seen it. You seen it earlier. If the nigga, like, if he don't want to drink it, nigga, I ain't drinking it. I'm drinking down. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the moment, I could be like, damn, nigga, you on some weird shit. Nigga, why you can't, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm always going to respect that shit. That's the shit I'm going to hold highest before I hold, because I be trying niggas when I'm around them. I swear to God, I be trying niggas. Like, I be going against shit just to see if a nigga gonna follow what I say. Like, I be like, oh, that's what we do. Okay, I want to drink this. Oh, y'all want to do this? Let's do this. Just to see if niggas like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh, yeah, like, okay, so this nigga's a follower. Okay, so this nigga, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with bro because this nigga, like, whatever it is what he, you know what I'm saying? Like, he on whatever the nigga done, he done. If he on, he on. If he this, then he that. And I can respect that with anybody. Like, I don't give a damn how you come. As long as you come in, as long as it's 100% you, I'ma always find a way to respect that. And I always, for me, my pet peeve is motherfuckers who ain't like that, you know? Who try to be something that they not. And it's like, even when you ain't got to do that shit.
I feel like I don't want to, make myself like sound or seem like something, but I feel like I could always sniff that out, bro. I could always sense that, bro. Like, my gut's never been wrong. I could always sense when something's not genuine.
Hell yeah.
For a long time, I said this on the podcast before. For a long time, I would feel guilty about that. Like, I get around some, like, a certain person or a situation, and feel uneasy or feel like, nah, I'm not supposed to be here. But then I take a step back and be thinking like, nah, like, well, bro didn't do nothing to me. He didn't do nothing to me, so I shouldn't be looking at him or feeling that way. I shouldn't look at him that way. I shouldn't feel that way about him.
Yeah.
So, chill out. And then, sure enough, over time, shit will reveal itself to me. I was never supposed to be around this nigga. I was never supposed to be in this situation. It always happens, bro. My gut's never been wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Never. And like I said, for a long time, I would feel bad because I would get in a situation and my gut would tell me something, and I would feel bad. Like, you don't even know that nigga. How can you feel that way about you? You don't even know that nigga. Yeah. And then 6 months, 4 months, a year, whatever, time would tell me my gut was right.
See, I always go with that shit.
I went so many years with feeling guilty because I just want to see the good. I want to see the positive.
Yeah.
In every person, in every situation.
I've been.
Now, when I get around somebody or something, and my gut tells me like, I don't know, then I remove myself immediately.
You don't ever feel like there's a reason why you feel like that when you get around certain motherfuckers? Because it don't happen with everybody you get around, right?
No.
Only certain motherfuckers.
And when it does happen, I take it as the reason is I'm not supposed to be around this nigga.
You don't ever think like it's something that happened? Maybe it might be like not something that happened directly to you, but like it may be like something that they did. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all creatures of habits. Mm-hmm. So say for instance, if the habit is you seeing it, let's say the thing is you see the habit that causes people to be that way, phony, right? So you see the habits, and it's to a point where you could not see it happen with somebody, but you could just see their habits and be like,
for sure,
this motherfucker has potential. This motherfucker got potential. It could potentially be on some goofy shit. Absolutely. So I feel like that's where you ultimately end up finding out, and you're like, damn, homie. You know what I'm saying? One of them things where it's like,
dang, I thought she was.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I thought she was. You know, and I feel like that's how you're supposed to be with people because I majored in communications when I was in college. So, well, first it was kinesiology. Then I took anatomy and physiology, and I changed my major quick as fuck, nigga. My teacher was French, nigga. She had an accent. I was like, what the fuck are you saying? Bro, every class, Mike, I feel like, bro, what am I doing in school? What is life? Every class, because it was a lecture. So if you know, y'all know lectures, nigga, them shit's like 3 hours long, gang. I'm over here like, this bitch is barely speaking English, let alone teaching me anatomy. which is like, nigga, layers upon layers upon. There's so much shit to know. I could just take my hand off and give your ass a month lesson on just my hand, my left hand. You know what I'm saying? Not even my right hand, just my left hand. So like, and she was halfway, broken English. So I'm over here like contemplating my whole college experience. Like, this when I was at San Diego Christian. This is one of the reasons why I dropped out, because a lot of their teachers, there was a small school, so you didn't have options on like the classes you was gonna take. It was like, nigga, either you take, if you're going kinesiology major, anatomy, classes on Tuesdays, nigga, you got 2 classes to choose from. It's not like D1s where you got 9 different classes to choose from on a Tuesday afternoon. Like, no, you got 2. And one of them bitches is at nighttime, one of them is in daytime. So, nigga, which one you want to do? So it's like, I don't want to do the night one. Let me do the day one. The day one come with the French teacher. She's speaking gibberish like a motherfucker the whole goddamn class. She's like, I don't know what the hell shorty you talking about. Like, she over here. So it's like, yeah, after that, I had to drop out with that shit. But I get exactly what you're saying with that shit. That shit crazy as hell. Because that shit made me like, I'm sitting back like, bro, ain't no way in hell. I don't even know when she's saying to, let alone a goddamn. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit, nigga, I had to get up out of there. So I majored in communication. So I feel like with that shit, it taught me a lot about body language and shit like that. You know? Like, it taught me a lot about like, because, you know, we communicate, 85% of our communication is nonverbal. That's some of the best shit to learn, bro. 85% of communication is nonverbal. So I could read you without you saying a word, you know? Not saying confidently, but I could get an idea, you know? Absolutely. And I feel like that alone has allowed me to, like, have an advantage when it comes to, like, bro, I read socializing with motherfuckers. I forget the name of the book. I wish I knew it right offhand so I could shout out the title and the author. But I read a book about body language and what your body language says, and like, you don't even know. Bro, they did a social study on this shit. No, like, but bro, they do social studies on this shit all the time. You can look this shit up on YouTube, bro. That was one of the best, bro. That was one of the best books I ever read about body language and like what your posture and what your body language says before you even open your mouth. Yeah. And that was one of the best books I ever read, bro. And it's like, that book has helped me so much. Hell yeah, life, bro. And especially like for me, I don't know how relevant it is. I'm trying to tie it in, but like over the last I was talking about it on the podcast before, but over like the last maybe year and a half, I'm finding out that that I have always had ADHD, and so I've always been I've been kind of like taking that in and like what does my ADHD say about me, and like what am I giving off, and also what are other people giving off to me. And I've just been like, and I always refer back to I read that book in like right out maybe 2016 or 17, and so much of that book it's not like a Bible to me. Like it's not like a Bible to me. But like so many like interactions and so many scenarios I've been in, and I'll be in the spot, like I'll be or in a job interview or in a meeting with somebody or even doing an interview on my podcast. And I'll be like, oh shit, this show ain't really going the way I thought it would go. You know, I'll be thinking in my head, the nigga be talking, I'm sitting here interviewing, I'm sitting here talking, this ain't really going how I thought it would go. And I think and I look at him and he like, you know what I'm saying? And I'll just think about like what that book taught me, and I'm like, oh, I see what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? Body language is huge, bro. Bro, it's a big thing, bro. Like, respectfully, and especially like with women, like when you interacting with or speaking with women, and they're not even really saying much verbally. But you could just read. You can read off their body language. And I you know what? I'm gonna take it off women. Just anybody. Anybody in general. You'll be like, oh, this ain't really. I thought this nigga was cool. Like, what's? And then for me, I'll put it on me. Like, I thought this nigga was cool. Like, I thought this would be a little different. Like, da 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 da. And then for me, in my own head, I'll click and be like, peep his body language real quick. I'm like, this ain't really. He not really vibing. See, I feel like that don't happen. With me, it'd be more like I would expect. I feel like you just come. Well, I don't want to say it's about where you come from, but with me, I be expecting like motherfuckers to be on some goofy shit. I don't know why. But I always just expect motherfuckers to be on some goofy shit. And they be surprising me when they don't. I be like, oh, you cool as hell. All right, I'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I always just expect motherfuckers to be on some goofy shit. Like, off the jump, I just be feeling like, I don't know. I just be feeling like.
Not really goofy, but I feel like, I don't think people expect me to be on like some goofy shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like people have a certain perception or a certain idea of me.
Yeah.
And then they either come and do my podcast or they speak to me for longer than 5 minutes. And they be like, hey,
I swear to God, that's me too.
You pretty.
Oh God, for real.
Hey, bro, you pretty. And I be like, yeah,
I get that more than I get anything else. Like, motherfuckers be like, you actually know, like,
and especially
you know how to have a conversation. You actually know how to, like, put your shit together. You know, I'm like, that's crazy. Because
a lot of times because my content is what people see most.
Yeah.
What people see first.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. And so they'll like have a certain perception of me, which is cool. Like I put my content out and I gotta own that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my content says about
I gotta start doing that. I haven't been doing that. I don't put out, my shit just been on like little posts that I say here and there, or like I might share a thought that I might have or ask a question or some shit like that. But my shit ain't never been like, so most of my shit is predicated off of like what you'll put together. Which is kind of like how I like it, you know? Because I don't want you to know, like, I don't want you to get the whole spill unless you know me in real life.
Same with me. I don't want you to get the whole
I don't want it
spill,
like that.
But also because a lot of the time, up until the Ain't Got It Yet podcast has got more popping, and like I've been going to Neo Soul and people been catching my podcast off of that. But a lot of the time, people either see me filming a basketball game, will see my basketball content, or would see my on the Michael Flick show, and have a certain image or perspective of me.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of did, not in a bad way, but my perception was kind of like you was kind of like to yourself. You know how like you get those niggas where it's like, where like you know he on some shit, but you just know like you don't know if you ever gonna be able to like tap into it, only because like you could tell like he in his own shit when it comes to like what he on. I don't know how to explain it, but like even with certain niggas, you just know like, okay, I'm gonna just be a supporter type shit, cause like I fuck with it, but I also see like we don't really vibe. You know what I'm saying? Not even vibe. I don't even know how we gonna vibe. You know what I'm saying? And because based off that, I can't really call it to really say like, oh yeah, we gonna link up and do some. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like more like that vibe. Then once we linked up, I was like, oh yeah, like this nigga kind of like how I be like type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just laid back. You kind of be laid back, cool, like kind of like speak when you spoken to. That's how I be type shit. Like, I don't be on no like type like, bro, I won't walk into a room, and it's weird because a lot of motherfuckers like, I done got in trouble with this. Bro, I done almost got into tussles at niggas' crib because I done walked into the crib and they ain't saying nothing to nobody. But not because it's on some rude shit. I'm just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna speak unless I'm spoken to type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it could come across like I'm the type of nigga that's just gonna come up to you and like have a conversation, but like, I ain't. And even if I do, you gonna get a version of me. You ain't gonna get the whole me. Cause a motherfucker would come right behind me and be like, oh, he like this, da da da. And you like, what? I don't think he could. And it's like, yeah, cause you don't really know me like that. You don't really know me like to know that I could be like that.
Most people think I'm like, and I'm cool with it. Like, I'm cool with it. Like, I'm cool with it. But like a lot of people think, not even asshole, but like the opposite. A lot of people think I'm like this buttoned up, like polished, like. Yeah. And I've said it on this podcast before. A lot of people like think I'm a goody or like this good boy that don't know. I don't want to say don't know, but like bro, I'm from Southeast, bro.
Yeah.
I'm from Southeast, and before coming to Southeast, like I was born in
Long Beach.
East Side Long Beach. You know what I'm saying?
The East Side Riders. Niggas don't know about the East Side Riders. They don't know about the East Side Riders.
I was born in East Side Long Beach.
Yeah.
I left East.
If you know, cause them East Side songs was down here in Dago. Niggas just wasn't tapped in. I was tapped into the East Side songs. I knew about the East Side songs.
With that, I was born in East Side Long Beach, and I moved to Southeast Dago. But most people don't get to know me until they see my basketball content.
Yeah.
And then they see my interviews.
Yeah.
And so they think, and because I try my best to be articulate and to be I am educated. I've been to college. I am educated.
That's the thing with me, bro.
And so because I am educated, because I try my best to be articulate and to be respectful, people have a certain.
And mix that with you ain't no tough nigga.
Exactly.
Niggas don't ever try to be no tough niggas.
And I'm not a tough guy. I never tried to be a tough guy. And I'm small and skinny.
Never tried to present myself to be the toughest nigga in the room.
So a lot of people have a certain perception of me, which is cool, and I'm cool with that. I don't want to try to erase it or negate it or none of that, because it is true.
Yeah.
I am smart. I am educated. I am articulate.
I can.
But before I got smart, educated, and articulate, I lived a whole different life before this. I was born in East Long Beach.
Yeah.
I was raised in Southeast Dago. These things are true to my life.
Yeah.
These things are absolutely true to my life. You know what I'm saying? And so those things are in me. And before I got educated, before I went to school, before I got articulate, I had an upbringing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to but to be clear, I don't want to make it sound like I was some gang member, some tough nigga, some none of that. My dad, I was raised my parents are in the church.
Yeah.
I was raised I went to church every Sunday religiously.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make it sound like I was in the streets.
I was in church too. Not because my parents did. I didn't go every Sunday. I did go to church.
I was in church every Sunday.
I went for God, but nigga, if you was on the church bus,
I was in church.
You was on the church bus every Sunday. You know what it was, man. Stop playing, bro.
I was in church. Right. Talk about it.
You was on a church bus. Sunday,
I was in church every. My dad is a pastor to this day.
Oh, for real?
My dad is a pastor. Out in Escondido.
That's word. So let me ask you this. How do you feel about religion? Because, bro, this could be a whole nother topic that we talk about for real. I'm with it. Because I think religion is for people that need it. You know? When I look at religion and I look at church.
I can understand that.
Religion is for motherfuckers that need it. Let me not say motherfuckers, because I feel like you ain't supposed to be cussing when you talking about religion. But I feel like religion is for people that need it. Mm-hmm. I really believe that. I think that... Let me try to explain this the best way I can. I feel like religion is there for...
So you don't think everyone needs it?
No. Because if you think about it... See, I feel like most... Religion is there as if you let me try to, because I like to put shit in, what's the word I'm looking for? I like to put shit in scenarios. I like to reference shit to scenarios to make it relatable. I don't like to just try to explain some shit. I rather to explain this, I'll give you this situation and that's going to better explain that, you know? So the whole religious shit, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like once you are at a certain point, then you kind of reach out to the shit for whatever it is that you need it for. You know, I don't ever feel like it's because if you think about religion, they say the body is a temple. So you don't need to go to a church. You don't need to go. You don't need to have a pastor. You don't need to. The closest relationship you can have with God is within yourself. So I believe in God. Don't get me wrong. I believe there is a God. The whole practice of the shit is hypocritical. I actually think God don't want you to do that. I don't think God wants. I don't think God wants religion. I don't think He wants somebody preaching His word. I don't think He does, because, like I said, I think the body is a temple. So I feel like, and He created everybody to the T, right? From from your nails from your feet to your head, He created you, right? And they say if you believe in predestination, then you know that He knows everything that you're going to do before you do it, right? So I feel like to go through somebody else who's not perfect to then reach that is the opposite of what He wants. You know, I kind of feel like He wants you to have that direct relationship with Him. He doesn't want you to then go through somebody who's not perfect to then try to, because He's perfect, right? In a sense, let's say He's perfect. Let's say God is perfect, right? How can anybody else who's not perfect preach what He's saying if they're not perfect? if nobody is perfect, right? We're all sinners, right? How can then somebody? I don't think he would want some people to follow behind somebody as if they were closer to him than the people who, you know what I'm saying, who wanted to follow him are. I don't think that. I think it's low-key hypocritical because like I always lay my hat on it. It's in the Bible. The body is a temple. I feel like the body is where you get closer. You get the closest to God. Is within yourself, not through somebody else. So that's why I feel like religion has always for me been like people who don't know how to do it within themselves.
Don't know how to do what?
If it's reach God, talk to God.
Okay.
Be one with them, right? I feel like they look for somebody else to show them ways to do that. Okay. But then again, I even think that's failing. I feel like you won't ever reach your potential doing that. You need to do it within yourself.
I think it's excuse me, that was mad rude. Pardon me.
No,
I think it's it's an internal thing.
Yeah.
I think it's an internal thing. I think it's something that something that calls you within, and something that like draws you from within. That's what I think. And this is somebody who like my dad he wasn't a pastor, but my dad was a minister before I was ever born. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so like he became a pastor when I was like in like 5th grade, I think. My dad did. And so I think I'm definitely a Christian. I definitely believe in God. I definitely read the Bible, believe in it, all of that. But I also know that everyone has their own journey.
Yeah. That's where I'm stuck at the shit too.
Everyone has their own beliefs, and everyone has their own
what's wrong with that is my question.
Nothing.
That's how I feel
like. To me, nothing.
My belief should be no different than like, cause see how I look at religion is like, it's a bunch of hypocritical shit, and that's the reason why I do, because nobody is perfect. I don't look at it in a bad light. Don't get it. I don't look at religion in a bad light. I just look at it as something that is not necessary. That's all I look at it. It's not necessary for you to reach whatever goal you're trying to reach. You don't need to do that.
Oh no, not to reach your goals. I don't think it's necessary, but yeah. I do think.
That if you want to talk guidance because you're at a point in time where you're going through some shit, right? Then I feel like to pull yourself out of that is somewhere you can go to.
Or not even necessary.
That's huge. To be one
that's huge. But not even necessary to pull yourself out of something is huge. Yeah. But not even necessarily to pull yourself out of something. I think, like, that is what a lot of people do use religion for, though. So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
That it's
this is what a lot of them. I feel like a lot of them use that shit.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of them use that shit for, like, to try to like be something, you know. A lot of them use that shit to chase perfection, to chase like being sinless, and I feel like that's the most hypocritical shit you could do. Mm-hmm. We're born sinners. We're gonna die sinners.
Facts.
There's nothing none of us could do about that. So the fact that you're trying to do something about that is like, I feel like it's the opposite of what God wants you. You're not living in your true self. We're all truly sinners. There's nothing we could do about not being sinners. We're all sinners. We're gonna live and die sinners. Not saying toss the white flag and just go sin away. No.
Okay.
But the act of trying to be perfect, to me, is fake. You're not perfect. You just try to be yourself.
What?
So I feel like with religion, a lot of motherfuckers use religion and trying to be perfect, and that's why I feel like that's why I don't fuck with it. If that makes sense.
It does make sense, and I agree with it somewhat. But I think if you're trying to be perfect, you're always gonna fall short, because no one's perfect. But I think Christianity is dope because it gives you like, and I'm gonna say Christianity because I am a Christian, and I'm sure there's other religious beliefs and walks of life that could also give you this, but I'm a Christian, so I'm gonna speak to Christianity. I feel like Christianity is dope because it gives you like a walkway and a pathway to try to live a more righteous life and to try to, I don't want to say aspire to be something, but it gives you a more righteous pathway and a better way to live life. Not better way is
that's what I'm saying. That's where
interesting. Better.
We can go deeper with this shit.
Yeah.
I literally just had this conversation like a week ago.
I do feel that way.
Yeah.
I do feel that way, but I'm trying to be respectful to other walks of life and other religions. Christianity gives you.
Because that's really.
Let me not say Christianity.
That's really what it is, though.
I do believe that about Christianity, but I'm trying to be respectful of.
You say religion in general.
Religions of like religion or a God to follow. Gives you a more righteous way to live and a more like straight and narrow and a more focused way of walking through life and living your life. And I think that's dope. Like most religions say the same things.
That's the thing.
Don't hurt nobody. Don't.
So can I put you on? Let me walk you through what I was. Because I was just talking about this shit last week.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to go deeper with you. So going off of what you're saying, as far as like it gives you a path, right? What if whatever God you worship never intended for you to have that path? Because if you read the Bible, because that's what I'm saying. A lot of times I feel like people who like believe in these religions that they say they believe in, they're not really doing the study behind this shit. Cause like a lot of females be saying like they're the prize and shit like that.
I gotta stop you right there. Respect. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But the only reason why, and again, everyone that has studied their religion and walks in their religion feels like they've done the research and the study and they're on the path that they're supposed to be on. But the only reason why I say I gotta stop you right there is because. And again, I'm going to say it one more time. All religions feel this way. But growing up in my home, studying the Bible, having a father that's a pastor that's religiously studied the Bible and is like, before I keep going, all my life, since I've been born, my dad has woken up at 4 a.m. every morning to read and study the Bible for 2.5, maybe 3 hours before he goes to work.
That's crazy.
Every morning, bro. No matter when I've woken up, whether I had to go to the bathroom, had to go pee. I remember when I lived in the Southeast, we had this heater in our living room that was just like the bottom of it. You could open it and you could see the flame. Like me and my brothers. We
have two of them bitches at my grandma's house.
You know what I'm saying? We'd be...
My mama, niggas be in front of that bitch with the blanket. Like,
yeah, we'd be cold as hell. Go grab the blanket and go sit in front of that. Not even to go
bro, if
see
you know,
nothing.
you know. If you know, look, they say for everybody, bro. If you know about the long heaters, you feel me? You had to go snatch a blanket up, go camp in front of that bitch for like 5 minutes before you warm up.
You'll wake up cold and go grab the blanket.
Don't let your house have tile and no carpet.
Oh, no,
nigga, now you gotta throw 2 pair of socks on.
And see, we had already know. And we had hardwood floors.
Yeah, see?
Only in the living room did we have a carpet. Everywhere else was hardwood floors. So we'll wake up, nigga, cold. You go grab the thickest, biggest blanket you can find and go sit in front of the heater. And our heater was in the living room. And right next to the living room was our dining room, where the diner would be. We had a big glass dining room table. And no matter what time I woke up, if it was between 2:30, I want to say like 2:45, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., my dad was already awake, 2 Bibles open, notes, everything. So my dad is someone that from the time he got saved and dedicated his life to God, that's what he's done. He's been a minister, he's a pastor now, he was a superintendent at one point. Like, this is what my dad has always done. And so this has always been my life.
Yeah.
And it's something that although I'm not a minister, I don't plan to ever be one.
Yeah.
It is a life that I do subscribe to and I do believe in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I believe in it, and I do think it's real. And so with that, I do think that living a life with God and with Christ in your life is going to yield you a better life. I do believe that. I do believe that.
Yeah.
Whether I walk, whether someone looks at me and feels like I'm a Christian or not, whether they feel like I'm living a Christian life or not, that is a life that I do subscribe to and do believe in.
Yeah.
So
that's why I always feel like. That's why I lay my hat on like the body is a temple.
As I pick up a cup and take a drink.
That's another thing though. That's what I'm saying. Hey, that's we getting into that. The body is a temple, bro. I feel like if your path, your walk with God is your walk. Like you ain't really gotta like everything that. Bro, I relate to the Bible so much when it comes to like inspiration, you know. But I also like see this shit as like just that, you know. I don't really kind of like. To kind of like go off of what I was leaving off of before, like I feel like when it comes to religion, I feel like if you need that shit, it's gonna be there for you. Like it's gonna have all the answers if you got the questions. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I don't know.
Religion in general?
Yeah, religion in general. It could be any religion. It could be Christianity. It could be Buddhism. It could be whatever it is that fits you. It's going to fit you.
Because I feel that way too.
But I
am a Christian, but I do feel that way too.
I don't think that God intended all of us to be perfect. And I feel like if you're living a Christian life, right? You're at that, right? Trying to hit perfection, and that's not what he wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, if you really read the Bible, he don't want you to try to be perfect. He wants you to be you, because that's what he designed you to be. You. He didn't design you to try to be the perfect you. He designed you to be you. So I feel like as long as you're walking that you path, then you kind of like are in his good graces. I feel like the people. That's why I never really like thought religion was something that I needed, or church was something that I needed in able to get closer to God or to get in good graces of God. I feel like me being myself was the closest that I could get to in his good graces. You know what I'm saying? And I always feel like I feel like that with anybody else. I feel like if you're trying to be, think about this though. If you're trying to be, if you were God, if you were perfect, right? If you were the definition of perfection, and somebody else down here on earth tried to like be a spit image of you in order to like guide other people towards you, wouldn't you be like, what the hell is you? You not even me. How the hell can you?
Unless I sent them.
Unless you sent them. But even if you did, you didn't send them to be you. You sent them to be a version of you. It could either be in a way of this, in a way of that. It could be in this version, that version. It could be in this way, that way. But you didn't send them to be you.
I see what you're saying.
You sent them to be you in whatever way they are meant to be you.
Right.
And wholeheartedly to be you. That's why I feel like, in a sense, like when you're attempting that, it's kind of like disrespectful in a way. Not like in a sense where I get like, what the hell you doing? But kind of like, all right, you can do that if you want to, bro. But he ain't fucking with that.
Yeah.
He like motherfuckers who are who they are, who he created you to be. Like, and you know that you're doing that if you, like you said, like how we were saying earlier, that gut, that intuition, that you rocking with that. I feel like that's him being one with you. Because like we said, I feel like the body is a temple. So that whole intuition shit, I feel like half of that is you, half of that is God speaking to you. I feel like God is in everybody. That's why I say I believe in him. I believe in it. Don't get me wrong, I believe in it. The practice of this shit, I don't think he meant for it to be practiced. He just meant for it to be believed, not practiced. So the fact that it's being practiced, I feel like he's like frowning upon it. How can y'all possibly try to be perfect?
And see, that's the thing. That's the thing. No one's,
you know, in a sense.
From my perspective, and again, I grew up in the church.
Yeah.
I don't think Christians are trying to be perfect. They're trying their best to be Christ-like.
Yeah.
And even Christ isn't perfect. Christ isn't perfect. And so if you're trying to be like Christ, knowing that Christ isn't perfect, that means you're not trying to be perfect. You understand that you're gonna fall short. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna have to repent. You're gonna have to ask for forgiveness. But in your everyday life, you are striving to be your best self. You are striving to not have to repent, but you understand that you're not perfect and you're going to have
exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so I feel like those are the Christians that I don't rock with. Those are like, not, I don't want to say Christians. I didn't mean that when I said that.
Because it's other religions that be doing that shit too.
I don't just say Christians.
Yeah.
Those are the religious people that I don't rock with. That are out here assuming and thinking and portraying that people have to be perfect in order to be religious or to be Christ-like. This is not true.
Or they gotta be a certain way in general.
That's
like not even perfect, but the fact that you gotta move a certain way to be like that.
Exactly.
That's why I never fucked with.
Everyone has.
Because I never thought that was his intentions.
Everyone has their own walk.
Exactly.
Everyone has
I always
their own
believed
walk.
in that.
Everyone has.
I
their
never
own
thought
journey.
It started with. Well, everybody has their own walk, but it started from church. Like, no. I always thought everybody had their own walk, period.
Everyone has their own walk. Everyone has their own journey, and God forgives all.
He don't judge.
God forgives all.
He don't judge.
So, with that, you can't really look at nobody like. I mean, we're human, so we're gonna like it's okay. It's just not take it off religion. Take it off religion. If on your basketball team, if you got niggas on your team that you know they not doing their best to stay in shape so they can perform their best in the game, they're not going hard in practice. You know, when you got a game on Sunday, you know this nigga was, you know what I'm saying, eating honey buns and hamburgers and not taking care of himself and not doing what he got to do to perform at an optimum level on game day. You're gonna look at him a certain way. Yeah. You're gonna feel like he's not like you. Yeah. Because in your body, in your brain, you're like, I'm doing everything I gotta do to make sure on game day, I'm gonna drop 30.
Ready. Yeah,
I'm gonna do, or not even drop 30. I'm gonna do what I need to do to make sure we win. Yeah. But if I know in your life you're not doing those things, I'm not gonna feel like you're on my level.
No, facts.
I'm gonna, in my brain, whether it's wrong or right or indifferent, in my brain, I'm gonna feel like you're not like me. Yeah. And not even like I'm better than you. You're just not like me. Yeah. And it's the same thing in religion. If I'm a Christian, if I'm a Muslim, if I'm a Buddhist or whatever, and I'm doing everything in my daily life to try to get as close as I can to the mark.
To perfection.
Not even perfection, to the mark of whatever we're supposed to be living. Because nobody's perfect, and no one's ever going to be perfect. We're all going to always fall short no matter what we do. Yeah. We're all going to fall short. But if I know in my daily life, whether it's Buddhism, Christian, whatever, I'm praying how many times I'm supposed to pray, I'm fasting, I'm doing whatever I got to do. But I know I'm doing all these things to be as close to the mark as I can. And I know that you're not, I'm going to feel a way about you. It's just human nature. Whether it's basketball, whether it's football, whether it's religion, whether it's content, whether, like, I'm a photographer. And I feel like I go home, after I'm done editing, like, I'm going to go home and tonight, I'm going to start editing this podcast. Right? Yeah. I'm going to start editing this podcast tonight. I'm not going to be able to finish editing this podcast tonight. But tomorrow, when I wake up, I'm going to start editing the podcast. And I'm going to take a break. And I'm going to go watch something on YouTube, I'm going to go watch something on Hulu, and da-da-da-da. But I know there's people that also have a podcast of their own. But if I know there's someone that has a podcast of their own, and I know I spend all my free time editing my podcast, and I don't stop editing my podcast until it's finished. But I know you have a podcast, and you might go home, you might edit for 10 minutes, you ain't going to smoke a blunt, you going to drink, you going to da-da-da-da. It's only human nature for me to feel like I'm more dedicated than you are. That's just human nature. Yeah. But I feel like in religion, people get wrapped up in it to where it's like, because it's religion and it's a walk of life. I think that's why I feel like they fuck because up. Because it's a walk of life. They get wrapped up in it thinking you got to show up for this shit. Exactly. Like, you got to do everything else. Exactly. And you don't. Exactly. That's exactly where I was going. Yeah. Exactly. And you really don't. It's within yourself. It's about your walk personally. You can't ever judge nobody else because you don't know. Like, I ain't got to go to church. Say, for instance, a motherfucker that don't do what I do. But they go to church every Sunday, right? Say you miss...
say you miss 2 Sundays for whatever reason. You miss 2 Sundays, now that's 2 weeks you ain't talk to God. Every morning I get up, I meditate. Every morning. If it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever the case is, I meditate. I take time to myself. I be by myself, silent. If the room is dark, it's dark, whatever the case is. But I be by myself, like dead ass. Meditate every fucking morning I get up. The first thing I do. I don't even take a piss yet. I go straight to meditating. Like I go straight from what's it called, unconscious sleep to a conscious sleep. I go straight from that to that. Like that's my routine every day I get up. From an unconscious sleep to a conscious sleep. Like I go straight from waking up to meditating. So who's to say like I'm not tapped in more than you? If you miss 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Or so this person you miss 2 weeks because you think, but you thinking like you tapping in with God is what's getting you closer. But I'm doing it every day. You know, when I get up in the morning,
Facts.
every day.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, that goes back into what you were saying. It's like it's within yourself. You think because you got to show up for other people. That's another reason why I feel like religion is not the way. Because, bro, I feel like it was created for people to like show people what they on, and that's never really what his intentions were. And no, see, his intentions was always for you to be one, for you to have a relationship with him, not for you to show motherfuckers your relationship with him.
And see what
you got to show like
what you feel about it is what I think people did to it.
Yeah,
that's what people did to it. I think.
That's real. God, I just see it for what it is. Most of those motherfuckers be in church. That's what I'm saying. Most of the motherfuckers that misuse it.
That's people.
Most of the people that misuse religion be in the church.
And I gotta cut you off because my parents have always been like, I don't want to say prominent people in the church, but they've always like.
Not all of them.
They've been someone.
Don't
in the
get
church.
me fucked up.
They've been someone in the church.
No, there's some that's solid as fuck.
But to your point.
But yes, there's for sure some of them misuse that shit for sure.
People look in religion. People look at other people.
Yeah.
Even if it's the pastor.
Yep.
The pastor is a human. He's gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
Like there's people that like they might be following their pastor, and their pastor might catch their pastor smoking a cigarette. Pastor might cheat on his wife, which is wrong. If you're a Christian, those are things you're not supposed to do. But at the same time, these are human beings.
Yeah.
And they're gonna fall short.
Yeah.
And so if your eyes are on this human being and you're putting all your whatever on this human being, you're always gonna be let down. It's just like on the basketball team. Nigga, the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant was their best player and their team captain.
Yeah.
They're looking at like, yo, Ja Morant come here, he busts his ass every day. And they look at Ja Morant, he's messed up twice now.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at Ja Morant as you're like, yo, that's an NBA superstar. I want to strive to be Ja Morant.
Yeah.
He's doing it the right way.
Yeah.
He's the top of the whatever. And if you're looking at Ja Morant, you're gonna look at him like, damn, bro, I thought you was.
Yeah.
And you're always gonna be let down if you're looking at if you're looking at a human. But if you're, and this is probably getting way too deep, but if you're looking at
perfection,
not even perfect. No,
you can say that in a sense.
If you're looking at perfection, but no human is perfect.
Exactly. Yeah. You can never get it.
You can
it's the same shit, kind of like what Kobe said.
And that's why you can never look
at
the
idea of chasing it.
You can never look at a human being as your ideal of what you should be striving for.
And that's, I feel like a lot of pastors.
Your eyes should never be on a human.
That's real, right?
Your eyes should never be on a human.
And I feel like a lot of pastors know that, but still understand like this motherfucker look at me like I'm God and take advantage of that shit. That's what I'm saying, because they're pastors. That's what I'm saying. Not all of them. 90% of pastors would not be pastors if there was no money involved. They wasn't getting paid for it. They wouldn't be pastors. I don't think they would. 90% of them.
I don't think the percentage is that high.
Not as hard as they.
I don't think the percentage is that high, but I agree with you. But I agree with you.
They probably might believe in God. I'm not saying they won't believe in God, but are you talking about doing what they do, leading as many people as they lead for free? Bro, 90% of them niggas will not be doing it as hard as they do it. They might show up and do it, say a few here and there. They might half-ass say some shit for free, right? Just because like it's in good spirit. But bro, I don't think they're gonna be going as hard as they go if it's gonna be for free.
No, I feel you for sure.
And I think that's because a lot of them tie into knowing that, like, I could damn near, like, portray God in this motherfucker to some of these people. And they really think I talk to this nigga every Wednesday.
I've seen it.
You see what I'm saying?
I've seen it.
So I feel like because of that,
not in my parents. Not in my parents.
No, we're not condoning. Not
in my parents.
We're not condoning nobody. We said 90%. We not talking about the minority. We talking about the majority. All right, we talking about. There's a minority.
Facts.
There's some motherfuckers that would do it. My coach in high school was somebody that I swear to God would give you the shirt off his back. Is a white man. Promise you, would give you the shirt off his fucking back. The nigga was. You probably the most humble person I knew in my whole life, for real. Like, so I know there's good people out there. I'm not saying there isn't. He was a pastor into religion and all that. But then again, I know that other shit plays a part in it. The money and the getting the people to believe and getting them to hold on. All that shit plays a part in it.
Facts.
That's why I understand, like, the best way to go is within yourself. That's the best. That's the best way to go.
Whatever your heart and your insides are calling you towards or leading you towards.
That's the best way to go.
That's more than likely what you're. Not even more than likely. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Another episode of We Ain't Got
Yes, Sirski. Don Julio done kicked in. Don Julio done kicked in. We out this motherfucker.